a party, everyone. Funky time.
My joy
Funky party time.
Brothers, I'm free. Brother, I'm free. Finding my joy in me. Damn company. Got lost in your sauce. No good. Whoa.
Make sure to go to Desi.gg.
Too serious for 2 seconds. Whew. You know what I mean? You guys don't know, I actually made that song after we ended our relationship because it felt so good to be free. Y'all ever been that? Y'all ever been in a relationship where you start like forgetting yourself a little bit? You know what I mean? Who you really be, what you like, what you love. That's what this individual stole from me. So that's why I made that song right there. Still working through it.
That's what they
We're
all
gonna have a
steal from you,
5-minute version
brother.
eventually. Got to work through it. But let's get to it. A lot of folks been like, but you hiding? You terrified?
Right.
So,
Brother.
I'm going to explain a little bit because some of y'all are like, what the fuck is going on, Abba? And Preacher's not here right now. I actually asked if he could. He said he wouldn't be available till 9:30. I got to go salsa dancing around 9:30. So he might get here just for the end. That's the reason why he's not there. Now, some of you might read into it. Preach running away. We're streaming tomorrow, so we'll see you guys then. But I figured I would just get here right now to talk about it because it's worthwhile. Now, some of you who've been following us all year know that around the end of the last year, going into this year, I was pretty stressed out. I was dealing with a lot. Your boy was showing up with some soju, not because I wanted to be an alcoholic. I was just drinking one, but it was still a pretty stressful period. And the reason why it was stressful wasn't because I pulled a Fresh or a Walter.
Uh-oh.
The reason why it was stressful is because I was involved in a relationship where the other individual, how would I put this? You know, guys, today you guys are going to see me be a bit vulnerable and be real about aspects of my life that I never want to share with the public, mostly because, I don't know, it involves people I know in real life, and that's always a weird thing. But unfortunately, she forced my hand. And so I figured I'd come up here, guys, and be real honest. I don't hate her. This is somebody I love very, very much, and I loved.
I just want to say how fucking diabolical it is to do like an expose video on a YouTuber that like didn't like, actually like rape anybody or do anything crazy, and then to have that be like part one.
That's crazy.
That's diabolical. Okay.
And, we went through something that was very, very difficult. And it's hard for me to hate this person because for me, if I love somebody, it doesn't just go away. And so even
long
making
were they
this for me
together?
right now
Like 5 to 8 months. I'm not sure.
Okay.
feels weird. But you were just dancing 5 minutes ago. Yes, because the relationship itself fucking took so much out of me. I can sit here in front of you guys today and feel very comfortable because I gave everything to a relationship, every ounce of me, more patience than I even fucking knew I had, and wore myself out doing everything in my body to make things work. And it just didn't work out. And, breakups are always tough because you leave thinking like, what if, and this and that. But when you give everything, when you tried and you tried and you tried and it just didn't work out.
Watch the Nukila vid, maybe after this.
It's a lot easier for me to walk away and to look back on it and speak about it because, there's nothing really much else for me to do. So now she comes out with this video. Didn't know what was happening, so it was a little blindside. I woke up at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and you guys are getting this all raw, live, unfiltered, the same way she got it raw, and that's why we're here, okay? So why don't I just plug in the video a little bit so y'all can see who we're talking about. This is my ex, Libertine Kalina. All right, she's a Filipina, my first.
Oh, man.
My last. I like you Filipinos. You guys are awesome. You know what I mean? Her family seems really cool, so I'm going to always say positive things about the people, them. But let's take a look.
My name is Libby.
God damn, what a dramatic-ass intro. But that's who she is, okay? Now, I'm not going to spend an hour going over this whole video because I don't think it's really worthwhile. I think the main concern is ABBA You know what I mean? He got some baby mama drama. Is that what people want to know? The allegation essentially is that Abba's like fresh. She got a girl pregnant, and he just manipulated or bullied her or whatever. Or he abandoned. And that can be further from the truth.
Not taking sides with anybody here, but just to be clear, I don't think there was any proof that Fresh did anything like fucked up or wrong with the one girl. No, I think she was also just a baby trapper. Like, I feel like she tried to make some claims about Fresh, but I don't know. It all seemed bullshit to me.
Could be further from the truth. So we'll get into all of those details, okay? Someone said, oh, Abba, you're sweating right now. To be honest with you, I really don't. I don't live my private life in a way that I would be afraid if it came to light. I know someone might think that, but I'm not looking back on all my decisions in this dynamic and going, oh my God, if someone, I don't give a fuck. You know, I just don't want y'all because it's annoying. You know what I mean? Having people in my personal life, we're talking about, it's like, it's annoying. But beyond that, like, I'm not stressing, to be honest with you. So for all the people being like, oh my God, like, not really bothered. So, me and her dated for some time, and we talked at length about what we would do if she got pregnant. And both of us landed on we would keep the child. And the reason why we would want to keep a child is because for her, she presented herself as a Christian, someone of faith. For me,
we had conversations at length relating to pregnancy. That seems kind of...
Probably because he was doing it raw.
Yeah, I know, but that seems a little crazy. They were together for 5 months?
Well, I think it was just conversations like, if you get pregnant, then what would we do with the child? I don't think it's crazy, personally.
Really?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm pro-choice, you guys know that, but at the same time, I tell myself, like, you know, if it's my child and it feels right and we're in a union, then I'm more than willing, even if it's unexpected, to assume my responsibilities and do what I gotta do. The 3 things that she presented to me that surprised me in all this was that, one, she said she would never quit. She's not a quitter, you know what I mean? So that to me was reassuring, because I want to work through problems, want to work through issues, fights, everything. And, you know, I value that in a partner. Second thing she told me was that, yeah, you know, she wouldn't get an abortion. For her, keeping children really important. So I'm like, cool, you know, it's not my faith or anything like that, but I get that and I respect that. And the third thing is that she's not a cheater, and she doesn't believe in courting the attention of other men, okay? And this third one turns out is the reason why we're here today, okay? She presented herself as somebody who, you know, if I'm seeing somebody or whatever, I wouldn't even let another man come up to me and talk to me. She, you know, I think it's disrespectful. She presented herself like as one with such strong boundaries and not, you know, entertaining other men. It almost was a lot. You know, for me, like, if I'm seeing somebody, if they're exclusive with me, that's all I don't need you to know you said goodbye to someone because they said hi to you at the gym or you ran away. But she felt the need to explain to me it's a big deal to her. So I said, fantastic. Now, let's get to the first thing. We had these conversations about keeping children or not, and I should give you guys a little bit of background. Now you're going to get medical information, okay? Up until about 2.5 years ago, so 2.5 years ago, I went to the doctor, and essentially, I won't get to the long gist of the conversation because it's none of your fucking business, but the doctor kind of told me, like, hey, listen, your sperm count's mad low. I don't think you have kids. So in my head, I'm like, shit, I didn't get a vasectomy. That's like kind of good news, but I wanted kids. Maybe, I didn't know, but part of me was like, maybe I won't. So I meet this girl. We hit it off, you know, relationship's going great. You know what's crazy? You guys have never, ever seen any person I've been in a relationship or dated. And yeah. So this is my ex, okay? Libertine Kalina, all right? And this is the profile that I saw about her, okay? So here she is, you know what I mean? Nothing crazy, you know what I mean? She likes archery. She's a family person, you know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. She likes archery. She's a family person. You know what I mean? Nothing too.
You into archery?
I can't. I don't know if I can give like objective comments on this, knowing how the story turned out. Like what I want to say, looking at this, is this looks like a baby trapper profile. Like not many pictures with friends or any pictures with friends, just like random-ish kind of travel photos. They always have like a grandma or somebody else in the whatever. She's a nurse or whatever.
Do you
that
run
they
into
were.
a lot of baby trappers?
No, but I know I'm very familiar with, just in spending time with the Red Pill community. Like I saw a lot of these archetypes of people or whatever, and like this, she looks like a copy paste of the same woman that Fresh had an issue with. But I don't know. Like this doesn't look like a real. Like if I saw this today, I think I would almost assume this is just AI.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
what-
would say that that's like,
Yeah, what
they
are
look
these-
like AI pics.
Yeah, they really do. They might actually not even be real pictures. I'm not actually sure. They maybe they're not real. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Just whatever. But
So here she is. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. You know what I mean? She likes archery. She's a family person. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. She don't. So this is what I know about her. Okay, she cute. I might have some beef with her now, but I'm never gonna say she was ugly. She wasn't a Chinese escort, for everyone to ask. So, anyways, I thought I was shooting blanks, you know, and we was getting it on, and it turns out I wasn't shooting blanks. Big surprise to the both of us.
she has pics of her grandma. Must be a baby trapper. I don't know. For again, it's just different communities of people, I guess. But like when girls message me on Instagram, it's either a private Instagram, or if they have a bunch of photos, it's usually like them out with like friends, and here's when we went for drinks, and like maybe this is me at the beach or whatever. But like I have bad taste when it comes to visual stuff, because I just don't. It doesn't translate to me. But I spend enough time with Melina to know, like, does this look good or does this not look good? Because if you ever have a girlfriend who understands pictures and shit, it's fucking like, yo, hold the camera here, Steve. Don't chop my legs off. You gotta hold it in this angle. It's like, okay, Jesus Christ. These look like not well, yeah. Just in terms of even like shooting and background and everything else. These look like pictures. These just aren't good pictures either. I just don't. But again, maybe I'm overthinking it. But these are just like that a girl would stick. Like this picture is like blurry. This one is just kind of like weird. This is like kind of a modeling picture,
It's crazy
I guess.
that
But
she would post these. I agree.
yeah, they're just not, especially given how pretty she looks and everything. Like these are just, it's very weird.
I'm surprised you didn't get catfished.
And there's no like friends in any of these. It's like very, very, very weird. That's just it all. It's just like there's just like a bunch of red flags it's sending basically. Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
Wow, man. Everyone was messaging me like, Abba, you stressed? I'm like, I'm really not. Okay. So she gets pregnant, and we had a conversation about it. And initially, she's like, okay, we'll do this. And this is the only time that she ever told me she wanted to have a kid. And when she told me that, I said, okay. You know, like I wasn't expecting this, but if this is where it's turning, then I'm going to assume my responsibilities. But yeah, let's do this. So this happens, might have been November, October, I don't know. But at this point, my life changes a little bit at that point because I'm in my head now focused on dealing with what's in front of me. I have a huge responsibility, so I'm shifting all things in my life to assume that responsibility. You know, I'm shifting my investments, I'm shifting my work stuff. And I have a hard time explaining this to you guys. I've never fathered a child before, but being a dad was something that I told myself if I was going to do, I would do it the right way. And so for me, it was really important that my life was in order. And even though I'm successful on YouTube and whatever.
Sorry, President, but do you have a vasectomy? And if not, then why not? I thought about it, but actually what I did is I just have a shunt installed at the bottom of my nuts. And if I don't trust the girl, there's like a little Neuralink thing in my head, and if I think really hard, when I come, it squirts out the bottom of my ball sack so that I never get them pregnant. That's like, but it's a whole.
What is wrong with you?
It's a whole thing.
Could be, and I'm doing fine financially. I'm doing great. I think there's a lot of things in my personal life that I could have in better order. You know what I mean? I could be in some better shape. I mean, take my health a little bit better, so I'm here for a long time. Mindset things like I was really getting ready for the prospect of this. A week goes by, and all of a sudden, I start getting messages from her on a regular basis of her feeling unsure. And the whole time, I'm being incredibly supportive. Don't worry, guys, I'm going to show evidence of this. But for me, it's very tough because from that point on, and for the next 2.5 months, she flip-flopped between I'm not sure and I'm not going to have the child. Now, I only be supportive because, as you know, this is a man's world. But when it comes to kids, babies got control, women got control. So even if I didn't want to have the kid, if she tell me no, then that's what it is. I told her how I felt. I told her why I wanted to go forward with it. She felt differently, and she would waver. And all I could do is be
my feeling right here. But I guess we'll hold on. What does this flare even mean in my chat? Contributor.
Which one?
What did they contribute? Okay, we'll see if
Random
this
shit.
guy is truly schizo or not. I feel like their relationship was like winding down, or it sounds like it's also hard because I actually don't know how much dating. That's your MC Dev, bro. I don't know how much dating experience Abba has, or how much experience with women in general Abba has. I have no clue. But it sounds like they had a really intense honeymoon period for 5 months or for a few months. And then it started to kind of waver. And then at the end of this period, the girl's like, well, I'm pregnant. And hoping that would bring Abba back in. And then Abba's like, okay, well, fine, let's do it. She's like, well, I'm not sure actually if I'm pregnant or something. Or I don't know if I want to keep it now or something. But I don't know. I guess we'll see as we get into this. That's my feeling. That's my vibe.
forward with it. She felt differently, and she would waver. And all I could do is be respectful and be supportive. Because at the end of the day, think about my options from my perspective. She's carrying my kid. If I stress her out, it may result in a miscarriage. If I make her feel alienated, it might push her to her abortion.
Fuck that.
All I can do right now for the health of the child and for her health as well is to be supportive. That's all I can really do. So that's what I did. And I tried. You know what I mean? I tried. And one time she said dead set on having an abortion, even though I was against it. And I flew down to be with her, not to convince her not to have the abortion, but to be there for her through it. Because it doesn't make sense to me to have a partner.
Well, Lockies, thank you.
And they're going to go through something as traumatic as an abortion, and I'm not there. Okay? We were committed. So I flew down. And let me see if I can find this in the notes here. Sorry, boys and girls.
Boys.
Here it is. So I'll go down to
Yeah, boys.
here. All right, so some of you be like, why do you have this, Abba? I'll tell you guys why I have this later, okay?
Uh-oh.
But you guys are going to hear it. I would not accept that. And I know how you feel about it, and I understand. So right now what you guys are going to hear, this is a conversation that me and her had.
Oh, they were both recording each other. Oh, shit.
This shit was cooked.
Months later after most of this happened, okay?
Yeah, continue going on.
And you're going to...
I knew you to know that, you're saying, you knew what I was I explained, the debilitating decision making, I was doing every day. I was going back and forth every day. I was just trying to figure out what to do, and I regret the way I handled it. And I feel like the first few weeks I was thinking about you first. I feel like I was in a triangle of okay, if I don't have the baby, then things can continue going on with Abba. And
I'm feeling 7,000% more reinforced
a
in
red
my
flag, yeah.
other opinion, but go ahead.
But if I have the baby, then it's just like all this pressure with someone, you know,
I understand that's what you thought in your head, but like, I think the frustrating part for me is I literally flew down to be there for you for the abortion. I don't know how things were going to go afterwards, but like, I would have supported you regardless. But
but it didn't seem like that. It didn't. You kept saying like you're never going to be the same.
But that's just true, right? Like, you are not going to be the same either, and that's okay. Like, I wasn't going to lie to you and tell you I was going to come out the other side one way, but I told you I'd be supportive and I'd be there for you regardless. I didn't go down there to convince you not to do it. I went down there believing you were really going to do it. That's why I went down there. And like, you wanted to talk about it. I didn't even want to talk about it when I came down. You were trying to comfort me, and I said, it's okay.
But you were having a hard time, and sorry, I'm not going to argue with you. You don't think that I look at you and I don't care about how you feel. Like, you don't think at the time I'm like seeing you and I do love you, and I'm like looking at you and I'm like, this guy's devastated. And then a part of me is like, I also don't want to, but I'm like, again, I was like in this triangle where like, okay, if I don't have the baby, things can still move forward, because it's like we can still figure out if we're compatible. We can still figure all that out. And yeah, I don't think if the pregnancy happened, I don't think any of this would have happened. But sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think I always told you the outcome I would have preferred. But I told you I would support you regardless, and I'd be there for you. And I think I try to show up both emotionally and physically by being there in person. I think I went out of my way to try to make that clear to you. And I also didn't lie to you. I didn't tell you I'm going to be fine, everything's going to be great. I told you, like, it's going to be tough on us. It's going to be tough on you. It's going to be tough on me. I don't know how I'm going to change afterwards. I can only tell you that I'm dreading it. And I think that's a reasonable and, like, mature response to the whole situation. You know, I don't need anyone to coddle me or anything like that. Like, I know these things are going to be difficult. And who knows, maybe it does break us. Who knows? But I would never force you into parenthood before you're ready. And I always told you that.
Does he say how old the girl is? Do we ever hear that?
So what I'm saying there is because she didn't want to have the kid, and I was saying I did, right? I told her, though, like, I'm not going to sit here and convince you to be a parent. I think that's weird. Like, I can't force someone to be a parent. So if I'm having a kid with somebody and I'm the one who wants it and they don't want it, I'm not going to force them into parenthood. So I told her what I felt, and then I stopped. I stopped trying to convince her to keep the kid. She didn't want to keep it. So, you know, I just accepted it and tried to be supportive, but I was in this really weird position. So I'll keep going. Always. And I understand you may have not felt that way, but I think you don't know from my perspective, like, I really tried to convey to you what I wanted whilst letting you know that I would have your back to the best of my abilities, whatever you choose. And I understand you might have felt differently. I'm just saying what I said and what I tried to do in terms of actions. Okay? Right, because you didn't want me there for the abortion. Remember?
Oh.
I had to convince you.
Because she wasn't pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to be there for it, and I told you it's my
she was
responsibility.
pregnant. You fucking
She wasn't
moron.
pregnant. Moot, you're a sucker. Sorry. She was never pregnant.
It was not to convince you. When I got there at the hotel, I was not trying to talk to you about it. And I know you were trying to say sweet things to me to tell me, like, we'll have more kids in the future, all this stuff. I was like, you don't have to say this stuff. It doesn't make me feel good, and it's okay. Like, I'm going to be there. We just got a big day tomorrow. Let's just get through it. And, like, that's me telling you I don't like what's happening, but I'm here because I care about you. You understand? So, I think what's tough for me is, like,
Oh, he's ulting.
What? Guys don't all.
so she didn't want me there for the
He's
abortion. I flew down anyways. And the night before the abortion, she was talking to me. She was like, we can have more kids in the future. And I'm like, right before you're going to go end this, that's what you want to comfort me with? So I'm like, just
Do you know
stop.
his views
It's
on
okay.
abortion?
Don't know, don't care. But it doesn't matter here. Because
She's not even pregnant.
she's not even pregnant. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I'm not here to be a sour. I'm not pouting. It's okay. Let's just go through with this. I wake up in the morning and she canceled the abortion. So this is like the 9th time already that she's changed her mind between having it or not having it.
Let's walk us through her baby trapping plot. I shouldn't say baby trapping. Actually, she's not here. I'm sorry. I'm using this as like a catch-all for baby. But I think that what it sounds like is at the end of their relationship, she tried to do this whole like, I'm pregnant. And then I'm guessing, I'm reading a lot of this. I'm guessing is that, but the thing I'm guessing is that she was expecting Abba to try to convince her to have an abortion, but they'll like stay together. And then when he says, oh, well, actually, you know, fuck it, we'll have the baby and, you know, we'll just either not co-parent or do something. And she's like, well, now I'm not sure or whatever. And it didn't go like exactly to plan. And then everything just kind of like got fucked. But that's like the...
This is crazy Machiavellian.
No, that's what's going on. I'm right. Just listen to every single thing in this video will reinforce that view. Okay? Ready?
I'm listening.
And I can't stress this to you guys enough, how fucking debilitating and mentally breaking it is to have to deal with somebody changing their mind. Now, I'm sympathetic because I can imagine it's a stressful situation. You're deciding your future, you're hormonal. You know, I'm being as patient as I can be throughout the whole process. I'm not saying nothing because I don't know what it's like to carry a kid. But to be honest with you, it was tough on me, okay? The same way it was tough on her. I'm not here to villainize her or whatever. All my friends, listen, my friends don't, my friends have nothing nice to say about her, okay? They say she didn't have, well, we're pregnant, it's lying, whatever.
True.
I don't say any of that.
True.
Because I know, despite what the fuck she's doing now and all this goofy ass shit, she's not a bad person. At least that's not the experience I had with her. Now, maybe I'm stupid, whatever it is, love struck, whatever you want to say, but I'm just not going to sit here and pretend like she's the demon or whatever. I just think it was a very stressful situation for two people who weren't ready at the time, and I think we just didn't handle it the best. And you guys are seeing it unfold publicly, and I think it's stupid that it's happening this way. But this narrative that I didn't want to have the kid or some baby drama, it's not real. For most of our relationship, it was me trying to tell her not to do it, okay? So that's what it is. And the reason why I just didn't want to do this vid or talk about this is because like it's personal and it's pretty traumatic. To be honest with you, I'm still grieving that whole experience and I haven't been good afterwards. It's a tough thing to deal with, thinking you're going to live life one way, and it's like very difficult. And I'm probably going to mourn that for a long time, okay? And I don't want to talk about that with you guys, but here we are. And I'm okay with people making rumors about me. I've heard all kinds of rumors, all the craziest things you can imagine. But seeing my ex do something like this is like, to me, it's a bit loserish, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
And it is disappointing. But I think I understand. No, I don't get why, but it doesn't matter. Let's keep going with this, okay? So what happens during this period? So there's about a 2.5 month period after she told me where she's flip-flopping all the time, scheduling abortions, canceling, and like I'm going through hell, okay?
What?
And
What's so funny about that?
if you guys go back and watch some of them lives during that period, you can see it. I even talk about it.
Maybe it was
and
being
shit.
yo-yoed.
I'm down in these bottles like nothing, all right? Because that whole 3-month period, 4-month period, whatever the fuck it was, I don't remember. Time was not real to me. I would wake up and it felt like I was fucking floating and I was, you know, at the mercy of some bullshit. But I just try to be quiet, be as supportive, and just try to do what I can because I just wanted her health to be okay. Because she was not handling the pregnancy well. She was having mood swings and wilding. The way she was talking to me during that period was crazy. And at first I wasn't understanding of that, but you know, I did my own research on what hormones and pregnancies do to a woman, and
I'm so sorry. There's a lot of like pieces of this just aren't making sense to me. Like, they were dating for 5 months, and they have a conversation like, well, if you get pregnant, like, we'll keep the child. In 5 months, that's just a crazy conversation. And then it's like, so I noticed she was crazy during when I think she was pregnant, but then I did some research on Google, and I found out that women actually get really emotional when they're pregnant. It's like, what's happening here? I don't know, man.
You're losing it.
your boy learned some things. So my own red lines weren't very difficult, okay? The two things I asked her is like, I don't want any kind of baby mama business. What does that mean? I ain't just trying to get pregnant and see how things go, okay? So when it comes to having children, ideally we do with intentionality. Now some of you might say, but well, probably shouldn't fuck her raw. I'm gonna hold the L. Like I said, Doc told me everything's cool, but it's still my fault. So Abba can hold some L's. You know what? Let me go through all the L's that I wrote down because I did write these down before I even knew any of this happened, okay? Abba's many L's, shit. Okay, here we go. I wrote a bunch down because I take some L's, and you know what I mean? Your boy's not against admitting to his faults. Abba chose her. That's a big time L. All right, that's on me. Whatever she's doing right now, at the end of the day, I chose her, so that's on me. Abba ignored some red flags. That's a big time L, okay? And I will tell you guys why before she got pregnant, I think. I tried to break up with her one
Being friends with Dan and being friends with you.
time. And she roped me back in, but at the end of the day, I allowed myself to get roped back in. So before any of this crazy shit happened, Abba's gonna hold the L because he ignored some big ass red flags that he saw, but he decided to ignore because he said, we're gonna work through it. And I think this is one of those times where I'm like, working through it is not bad, just don't do it for the wrong person. And Abba needs an L for that. Abba didn't leave when he felt it was time. That's another L, 3 times total, okay? Another L, Abba got her pregnant. I'm also messaging that one to my doc. My doc lied to me, okay? And the 6th one, and this is the one that I think I'm probably most accountable for, Abba engaged in fights that she started when he should have walked away. Now I'm talking third person because I wrote that in my notes, but that's what I did, okay? There were some arguments that we had that she would, I'm be honest with y'all, look through the thread, I could post these if she fucking want to go there, but she would initiate these things, and she'd have a habit of like pushing this button. And I was like, yo, you tripping. And then she would push it, and then I would retaliate, and then she would go, I would never. How could you say that? And I can't tell y'all how much that shit is triggering, but to be involved with somebody you can't walk away from, and they push your fucking buttons, and then you say something, and they act like they never did nothing. I remember I even sent her a message one time, and I started like cataloging at some point what the tactics felt like every time we would have a disagreement. And I'm gonna show it to you guys because this is like from our own threads. I actually sent it to her to be like, I know this is gonna happen. And you know what's crazy? After I would send it to her, I'm like, all right, here's a fight's about to start. I would send her this message being like, this is what I think is gonna happen. One of these 4, let's see which one happens. I swear she would start hitting 1, 2, 3 like it was bingo. Okay, so this is what it was. So here it was. It would go, complain about how you feel without understanding how the other feels. Okay, downplay your part in all of it. Number 3, frame yourself as the wronged party in every discussion. And number 4, pretend to be accountable, but end everything with, yeah, I was wrong, but you were more wrong. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say she was more wrong or I was less wrong, okay? That is always going to be subjective or whatever. But at the end of the day, if 2 people have an argument and both do something wrong, saying you were more wrong for this and you were more, it seems pointless. Like trying to tally up these things, it just feels like everything you say afterwards is bullshit because you're always positioning yourself as the person who's aggrieved and the other one's the aggressor and they need to like really be, you know, apologizing. Every argument we would have would be one of these 4. And it just got so exhausting. And at one point, I just stopped. I literally would not talk.
Damn.
Because every disagreement that we would have would end up in one of these 4. And I was like, nigga, I'm tired. Now you guys are hearing all this and you're like, but why would you ever stay? Because like I said, you guys are hearing now the negative side. But there's actually a good side to her. She can be very kind. She can be very caring. She could be very thoughtful. In fact, this backpack is a gift she got me, which I'm a big fan of. She got me the AirPods I'm using right now. She would be very, listen, I'm not gonna get to all things, but I'm not here to position her.
I'm sorry. Is my brain just fried right now? I can't tell. Like, she got me some incredibly thoughtful gifts. She got me AirPods and a backpack. I mean, I guess. Okay. I don't know what's happening. I don't know, man. Just ignore it.
Well, what gifts have you got him? That's what I thought.
I don't know, man.
I was like some gold digging. Like she never asked me for money, even though I spent way more in terms of traveling and stuff like that. But there was a lot of good times. I honestly think that if there was no pregnancy, I don't know how things would have gone. Okay, but unfortunately, it did happen, and like a pregnancy just accelerates everything. It changes the whole dynamic. It just does. So, you know, to me, more than anything, all this is just sad. It's unnecessary to me. But let's keep going. All right, I see so many questions, and I'm going to see. Y'all just give me some time, okay? Shout out to all the new members. I see Sasha Kerr. We got Dizzy. We got Rob Pops.
Shout him out.
Just
We
hit.
got Rafiz. We got Apayeb. Abba always with the receipts. To be honest, I'm not even going to show you guys most of the receipts because like it would need to give you guys entire threads. And at the end of the day, it's regular relationship. Nothing that happened between us is like beyond the pale or so insane. It just, we would have these arguments. Honestly, our arguments in the grand scheme of things are pretty tame compared to most people. So, yeah. Yeah, so let's see here. We got Jesse, shout out to you for being a member. We got Zondi, appreciate you. Oh, yeah, I know you. Sweet Dreamer of Art. Someone said, Truth Seeker donate $10. Yo, Abba, I don't care about any of this. I just want to know, are you still friends with Destiny or if you guys ever be friends in the future? I'll be super honest, I'm not friends with Destiny.
We already heard
I
this.
don't got a beef with Destiny. I just, you know, at the end of the day, I just don't care for
So we listen to this about it.
a lot of the things that like he was generally involved in, you know, and
The rape.
What is he talking
you know,
about?
we
there?
just had this conversation. We had the
The rape and the
conversation on
sexual
stream and
abuse.
off stream, which is like he likes his life a certain type of way, and if people don't like it, to get out. So I got out. That was his words, and at the end of the day, I don't think it's reasonable for me to stay in somebody's life and to expect anything or ask anything, so I don't. So, you know, shout out to Destiny. I'm glad that he's, you know, doing what he does, and in terms of politics, we still pretty much align on many things, probably not Israel-Palestine, but a lot of other stuff, and yeah, that's the honest truth of it. As far as the whole court case thing and whatever, I
Oh, sheesh. They're late filing. 21 pages.
haven't followed any of it. Don't really give a shit. Don't care about Pixie. Don't care about any of the people involved that he introduced me to. That's it.
No. God,
Hopefully that answered that question.
What the fuck is that?
People involved that he introduced me to. That's it. Hopefully that answered that
Oh,
question.
that was Moon in the background. Fuck.
Nikisha says she wasn't ready, and that's okay. You also had the right to mourn the baby and what could have been. You know, that stuff is going to get more complicated, so I'll get to that more after, okay? But like I said, this is all like normal breakup stuff. This whole idea of painting one person one way and the other way, like, I'm not, you know, bitch, you better get an abortion. It's not what happened, okay? But anyways,
Okay.
let's keep going with the story.
Let's go.
Because I'm going to do my best to also try and advocate for her position because she viewed some situations differently than me. That's normal in any relationship. But, yeah. All right, let's go on. So, fast forward. We are trying to work things out. She's canceled abortion. She's changing her mind every night. And I'm trying to smooth things out, make things comfortable. During this time, it's difficult. But, you know, all I asked her is, like, I will work through anything with you. You can get mad. You can be upset. We will figure it out. The only thing I ask, and this is the one thing I asked her, don't cut me out. Don't say I'm your partner and then decide I'm not involved at all. That's the only thing I ask. You have the final say in regards to that's fine, but just
I don't want to relitigate this because most of you guys are fucking retarded about this too. Honestly, he's giving a kind of fair explanation. I don't think he thought you'd be so etc. He just didn't support your lifestyle and the drama it can come with. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I understand you're saying that. It's just a lie, right? Abba and all these other people started watching my stream explicitly because the drama and everything else was what like captivated them. He hopped into my stream several times when it was the most dramatic and it was like the most entertaining stuff in terms of like the pop drama stuff that was happening back then. I understand he made the video just because he wanted a distance because it looked like I was a fucking convicted rapist. So him and every other person on the internet was like, oh, well, you know, Dusty, I don't know if I support that, and then backs away. But they loved it. All of them loved it. Okay, so stop.
consult with me. Just ask me. That's it. I don't need you to convince me or whatever, but you can't cut me out. You can't arbitrarily. And that's what she did. She did that repeatedly. And she didn't just do like normal forms. Like one time, so right after we went down for the abortion thing, and she changed her mind, obviously this was a seismic shock to me. I did not expect her to cancel the abortion appointment. So for the next 3 days, I'm processing because I'm like, I don't know where this is going. I'm not human anymore because I'm just flipping back and forth. And our communication dies down a little bit. And from her perspective, what she felt was I was done with her because I wasn't messaging her as often. And from my perspective, what I was experiencing was like, I don't know where the fuck this is going. And I'm floating, okay? That's the best way I can describe it because life is not real. Now, her being upset because communication's a bit down, perfectly valid. She texts me and she says, shit, I think I might have these messages. Let me see if I got this. And if I don't, I'm gonna screenshot the fuck out of them. Because she sent this shit via text. And I'm like, this is not real life. You know what? It'll take me too long to find them. But if she says this is not true, I'll go find the text message. She texts me and she goes, you're out of the pregnancy. I'm going to handle this by yourself since you haven't messaged me back. You're out. So first off, I'm like, since when do you want to keep this thing? One, two, what do you mean you cutting me out? Like, so I text her very calmly. I'm like, yo, call me. She don't do that. She starts going off, and then I calm her down. We get on a call. We start smoothing things over. But now my anxiety is a bit up because I'm like, this woman is going to willy-nilly say I'm not in it anymore, which is a crazy thing to experience. Fast forward some time, and for me, this is like a point where I'm starting to think like maybe I don't want to be involved with her in any shape, way, or form. Because not only can she constantly change her mind on me, but she can tell me I'm not part of things whenever she wants it. She thinks that's acceptable. She didn't just also tell me that. She also canceled all of her plans. Canceled her Christmas plans, her New Year's plans. And so I was like, yo, your boy can. From there, she gets very upset with me considering ending things between the two of us.
The only one allowed to say they didn't like the drama
And
is
this
me.
is
Shut the fuck up.
something that she would do throughout when I would think about ending things, okay? And I don't like showing this because to me, this is something that should stay private. She had told me that she was thinking of harming herself, okay? Now, this is not the first time. This is now the second or third time she's done this.
God damn.
All right. Okay. So, you guys can see these messages. I can't explain to people what it's like to be in this scenario where you think your partner is going to kill themselves and they're pregnant, which is like, but I'm
This is so much for 4 or 5 months? God damn, this is so much.
literally frantically texting her, triple texting, quadruple texting, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying to stop someone from killing themselves, so I'm not going to apologize, okay? You can read the thread. You see me saying, you cut me out of the pregnancy, you're cutting me out of the abortion, you cut me out of the relationship. Like, I'm explaining to her my frustration, be like, and she says, I'm going to kill the baby. Okay? I called the cops. I'm not even going to apologize. And maybe,
shit.
I don't know if this is crazy. I've never spoken about this portion with anybody, but I called the cops. Not because I wanted her in jail, because I didn't want her to kill herself while no one's around. Mind you, this person lives, where does she live? She lives a 5-hour flight away from me. So I'm on the East Coast, she's on the West Coast. There's no way I can just go to her door myself. So mind you, I'm trying to be supportive from a distance. So here it is. She says she's not home, she's doing all this other shit, and I'm stressing the fuck out. I did call the cops. I needed her to see that I'm being fucking serious. Cops are on the way. I'm giving them the license plate and everything. Like, you know, I'm contacting people in her life I've never spoken.
And it's not yet true. There's a 5-month relationship. They don't even live together. This is a long distance 5-month relationship. God damn. God damn.
To I know about them because she tells me about them. I'm contacting everyone because I need to make sure she's not going to be successfully killing herself. Okay? She took her sleeping pills. She claimed she would sleep in her car, whatever it was.
Women always lie about that.
What?
Killing themselves.
Jesus, Moot.
She claimed she would
Look at
sleep in
the
her
stats.
car, whatever it was. Okay, so this is something else you're going to learn about me today, which I never thought I'd tell you. But me personally, if I love somebody, like I will fucking blow through a wall for them, okay? And I don't if I see my person suffering, I don't know. I see red. It's kind of how I am. So yeah, I tried. Genuinely, through multiple suicide attempts, I tried to do whatever I can to convince her to not do it. And yeah, she would use that shit.
Okay.
I personally, now looking back, I feel like a bit of it was manipulative because it would often happen when I would try to end things. One time, the first time she
Sorry.
used her sister, who has an addiction problem. I ended things
not
before the
funny.
pregnancy, I think. And she hit me up talking about her sister relapse and me like a fucking
why
dummy.
did you laugh?
I
I don't get it.
Oh, he's like, looking back now, I kind of think that maybe her threatening to kill herself every time we were going to break up was probably manipulative. And it's like, okay,
You
yeah,
think?
probably, yeah.
immediately went to being concerned and caring for her rather than asserting my own
Black guy
boundaries and staying
laptop
away from
moment.
her.
What?
It's a black guy laptop moment.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at the emote.
I know. This is a fault I have, and this is another L for me. So I'll take that. Okay? If I love somebody, I'm trying. And I won't feel bad for that because if it's for the right person, I don't think that's a bad thing. But obviously, it was not for the right person, so here we are. Okay? And I'll say this too, guys. I'm not sitting here showing you guys like, oh, Abba's such a great person, whatever. No, during our arguments, I would say things I wasn't the most proud of, and I'll own the fact that I was a big piece of shit during those times, okay? But those were also arguments I never initiated, never really feel like I was deserving, and that she would push. So it's just like, when you're fucking held to the end of a gun and someone pushes you, you're gonna say some shit. Does it make it okay? No. And I'm gonna have to hold that L, but I can also say, I ain't never been through this before. Never had someone who pushed me to this point. My girl here,
I kind of wish that he would. What's the word?
What?
Stop blaming her for pushing him. Like, I mean, you can walk away from the argument. I understand he's owning his shit pretty well, but I wish he would own it a little bit harder.
I'd have to see it. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes motherfuckers push because they want to get that reaction out of you. But I guess I would have to see more examples or whatever.
you know what I mean? My girl here, she pushed me to that point, all right? This shit tastes so good today. I will say, Koreans, if you're a Korean and you're watching, this has got to be the pride of your fucking country. This is the most delicious.
Drinking while doing this stream is
Alcoholic beverage.
diabolical.
Jesus.
And the reason why I can do this, guys, to you, unfiltered, raw, the way she got it, is I told you guys like this at the beginning. I gave everything. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed at all. I gave everything, bro. And
It was a 5-month relationship.
I don't know,
5-month long distance relationship. Sorry.
afterwards I
That's still real, but I
was kind of broken up about
is
it.
real,
And
but,
honestly,
like-
I probably did some stupid things after the fact that I shouldn't have done while I was in that period. And I still need to recover. It's going to take me some time to get those pieces back. I'm going to make some more tracks. But I really did give everything. And I'll never be ashamed of that. So that's where I'm at with that right now. I'll keep going with this story. But right now, you know what I need?
Soju?
I need to hear some good stuff. All right. Oh. Let's keep going. So, fast forward. We worked through some of these suicide attempts, which I now feel like it's a bit manipulative, in my personal opinion. And
probably, yeah.
yeah, we get to the next portion. And the next portion is things are smooth. We've worked it out. We made up. We kissed. Okay? There was some
Fell for
lovey-dovey
it
business
again.
going on. All right? And fast forward to a month after the fact. Oh, actually, there's some context that does need to be said.
Uh-oh.
During this period where we're having these talks and we're unsure, or she's unsure more. Let me make sure I have that video here. Okay, so
Why
you
do they
guys
got
are
so
now
many
going to get
videos
to
of each other.
Don't worry about it, bro.
see one of my most private notes, okay? I want y'all to pay attention to the date. This is before we were broken up. You can see it at the top over here, all right? Boom, okay?
Talk with Mahal?
Now, if you guys are wondering why it's written like this, it's because this is a voice memo that I recorded that I turned into a note to share with her some of my feelings that I've been feeling, okay? So I'm going to read it out to you guys. It says, and for me, one thing that's important is that any child I do bring into this world, that I'm actively part of their life. That means that I'm seeing them on a regular basis and that I'm very close to their mother, ideally married. That's the best situation for me, and that we are together. That's what I truly, truly want. My biggest fear is that I have the opposite of that, that if I end up, what I want to say there is that if I end up in a situation we're distant, I can't spend time with my kid, and there's a separation of sorts, that prospect terrifies me, okay? And the reason I bring that is that the deepest parts of myself, there are some parts of you that are worried or are a bit nervous that you are still very much on the fence, that you aren't very certain, which at this stage isn't even an abnormal thing. And the reason why I'm saying that is like, we aren't deep enough into our dating journey for her to be certain about me, okay? So I can understand, and especially being pregnant, hormonal, I'm seeing it from her perspective. I can understand why she might be on the fence about the relationship still, okay? Which at this stage isn't even abnormal. But the potential outcome of us bringing this child and then you realizing this only afterwards terrifies the shit out of me. I want to bring it up to you because I'm not just mentioning this out of the blue. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. I do feel over the time that we've known each other, you've brought up a lot of problems that you have with me, be it the way I run my personal stuff, the way I talk, my judgment, you stuff relating to my past quite a lot. And yes, you've moved past it. So for more big context, she's like mentioned, okay, I'm not trying to vilify her. She would bring up a lot of problems. Some of them I felt were very ridiculous, personally. And some of the stuff she should have known before she got with me. And someone saying, like, I have a problem with your past is a weird thing to say, considering, like, I am who I am publicly. So why would you come out all of a sudden and say that to me?
Or like, with?
I have no idea.
My sense of humor or things like that. Like, it's just like, lady, you're going to do this now? But she had issues. You're entitled to those. My main issue is you are here now, and here at the 11th hour, you want to bring up stuff that you should have known beforehand, so then why are you doing that? But it's her right. I'm saying essentially if you have these problems, and we have this kid, and it's irreconcilable, that's an issue for me, okay? But I just want you to understand that the mounting of things that I felt like I've been cutting up that have become sources of issues for us makes me wonder if you're simultaneously both loving me and at the same time not sure if I'm the man for you. And as far as I'm being asked to change some aspects of myself and some very core to me, I worry that some of these are irreconcilable differences. And yeah, my concern is bringing a kid into that situation. It's a bit scary. So I wanted to kind of just share that with you, what I'm thinking. And yeah, I can handle you not wanting me. I can't handle having a child with you and then finding that out. There you go. Okay, you guys can see it there on the screen. Okay. And I think that's a fair statement.
Okay.
I mean, Abba seems like a pretty mature communicator.
Kind of, yeah. There's just some things. I don't know.
Go ahead.
If somebody were to bring to me like, okay, here's an issue that me and my significant other have. She seems to be really unhappy with how much time I spend playing video games. We've had a few big fights about this, but we've come to kind of an agreement. Like, we had a friend drop in on the convo. This is kind of the agreement that worked out or whatever. Do you think this is like we've made like a good compromise or whatever? If somebody were to show me something like that, like I could look at it in a vacuum and be like, okay, yeah, I guess this is okay. But then if somebody would say like, yeah, so we've been dating for 2 months, I'd be like, get out. You're gone. This is over.
Yeah, it's like, well, shit's already pretty fucked, all right?
Yeah, like, so
it's only going to get harder.
This is so much in a 5-month long distance relationship. Yeah. Like, none of his communication is like bad. I don't think I've seen Abba say anything here where like, oh God, he's fucked up, or this is so horrible or terrible or whatever. It just seems kind of like, I'm not trying to be weird or little brony, but it just seems like I would say like a like a lack of dating experience. It was what it kind of feels like, but I don't know. But it might be that maybe Abba's dated completely different types of people growing up, or maybe he hasn't dated because he's focused on YouTube or dancing or something. I don't know. But like, because these are just this like sounds like like if both of these people were 26 instead of 36, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, I think I get this. This is silly, but I get it, But damn, yeah.
Yeah.
My thing wasn't the fear of being co-parents. Guys, relationships get together, they break up sometimes. That's okay.
I can't even imagine having this conversation about co-parenting for a 5-month long distance relationship. Like, assuming neither of you have like a moral objection to abortion. That's just the easiest abortion ever.
Agreed.
That's like, why are you calling me and talking to me this? I thought you were going to call me and just tell me you already had the abortion. I don't know. That's crazy.
That happens. The only thing I told her, the one thing that I didn't want when we would have conversations is I don't want to go into a baby mama situation. I don't want to have a kid with somebody and we're already broken up. That's like, no, that's the one thing I don't want. Okay, I'm fine if we try and we go to therapy and we go to counseling and we do everything. We love each other, so let's try. And then if we break up afterwards, I can live with that. We did what we could. My issue with her is that I started to feel like she didn't want to try. Okay? So she knows this. That's the only thing I asked this entire time. She's never told me that she wanted a kid. All she's told me is that she's unsure or she doesn't want it. She's scheduling an abortion. So this whole time, I've been fighting for the relationship, fighting to keep the kid, okay? And you guys, I have much more examples of this, but I'm not trying to go through everything because your boy trying to go dancing tonight, okay? Fast forward, things are going better.
Oh, she's
okay?
probably jealous of his salsa dancing stuff.
What?
He was saying that you're trying to change like core parts of me. I think probably one of the core parts is he really, it sounds like, likes to go fucking dancing and shit. She probably was getting jealous of him like going salsa dancing and she was trying to keep him like inside, etc. That's my guess.
Okay.
I think that I'm enjoying a good relationship, that we've figured things out, we've worked through it. And when you work through things, you feel closer to the person. Like, damn, me and this motherfucker have been fighting through shit. You know what I mean? I'm out dancing one Thursday, the same way I'm going to be dancing tonight. I get
Oof. That feeling of like we've been through shit or whatever, you gotta be real careful about that because I can like this can just be part of the yo-yoing back and forth that you do get that like good endorphin feeling of like you have a fight, you figure it out, and you think everything's good. But like again, so early into the relationship, and if you're repeating this pattern really often, it's kind of spooky.
a call from her. Can we talk? Immediately at the middle of the dance, I'm like, She's like, you can get home and we'll talk then. But whatever inside of me felt off, okay? I said, no, I'm gonna leave, which I never do. But this is the future mother of my children, the person I'm supposed to maybe marry. I don't know. So I go home, I get on the call. I want to say that I maybe said 5 words, and she did most of the talking. And you know what I'm gonna say, guys? There's nothing worse than when someone breaks up with you, okay? And they want to say a bunch of compliments. This is the most fucking exhausting thing. It's like, bitch, just get this shit over with. I said it in the voice message, right? The voice note that you guys saw before. I can handle you not wanting me. I can't handle you not wanting me after the child is here. Yeah. So I said, I can handle you not wanting me. I can't handle having a child with you and then finding that out. Cool.
Cool.
Up until now, she never wanted a kid. She tried to have multiple abortions. Okay? Tell me how this lady gets on a call with me and says, I'm ending the relationship and I'm keeping the baby. Oh, shit. Think about this.
Dom DeMarco.
Bukai! Yo, when I say I was floored, I didn't say a word. I was so blown away. I was like, is this real life? And now, and And I literally never saw it coming. She never spoke to me, never gave me a heads up. And I'll prove it to you guys, okay?
Okay.
Don't worry, there's proof.
Okay.
Guys, the call, the way it ended, I'll tell you what she said. And she was giving me a speech. Oh, you were so amazing. You're the best. Blah, 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 blah. And okay, peep this.
Peeping.
Peep this.
Peep it.
Ready to peep?
She gets to the end and she says that.
Okay. What'd she say?
And my first reaction, I'm still in shock because this is the one outcome I asked her not for.
Okay.
And she blindsided me with it.
Uh-oh.
And I said,
Uh-oh.
okay, just keep me updated. Bye. And you guys might think that reaction is crazy, but having her cut me out already a couple times, for her to do that this way and for the kid thing to be dropped that way was insanity. I can't tell you, this is by far the worst betrayal anyone's ever done to me.
Okay.
And I'll probably process that for a while, to be honest with you. But I was fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. That night, I think I might have played video games for like 2 hours and passed out and just tried to live. The next day I texted her, I'm like, you know what? If you could lie to me this whole time and keep me in the dark about this and then fuck me up with the betrayal that big, I don't want to co-parent with you. I said, listen, if you're gonna have it, I prefer if you didn't, because you've been wanting to have this abortion this whole time. I said to her, I prefer if you didn't, but if you're gonna do it, whatever. Oh, is that preach? Oh, you gonna jump in? They thought you hated me.
No, because I wasn't.
Were you listening the whole time?
Yeah.
How is it?
Good job.
Okay.
Good job. It's just that I was in the show an hour and a half away from here.
Yeah. She said when Preach finds out, he gonna leave y'all. I was like, you stupid as fuck, bitch.
Shit, you stupid as fuck.
All right.
I'm sorry. Let me shut that off, cause
Yeah.
I was in my car. I was driving. I left. I was an hour and a half away from here.
Yeah.
I was on stage at 8. I left.
If he came around, he's like, Abba, stop. No, I'm just kidding.
15. It's 9:03.
Yeah, I appreciate
You know how-
I appreciate you.
you know how-
Because you said you want to do this tomorrow, but I'm like, this can't wait. I want to go out dancing
I
tonight.
didn't know that's what you. I didn't understand that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
Until I realized I put the dots together, one on one together, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It is that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You took the whole spot. You moved.
Because I was going to do some
out.
dancing. I set up a camera. I was going to do some dancing later. We were get a little session in. All right.
All right.
So I'll keep going from where I'm at. So
You good? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. To be honest, I'm actually good. I told them the same thing I told you.
I know, bro, but I'm just. Yeah.
I know. I appreciate you. A couple of the boys hit me up. I said, listen, guys. But anyways, let's
I
keep
didn't
going.
hit you. Yeah, no. Just speak your shit.
Yeah.
Talk your shit.
So it was, for me, the worst betrayal, to be honest.
Abba essentially doing what Red Pill Podcasts are doing. Well, I mean, like, the other girl kind of made a video, which I don't know why.
She made a fucking video.
I think I understand that's just what we do now, especially if you're a woman, because there's so much like validation online for basically acting like a retarded child. But like, this weird obsession with like, I need to go online. I need to make a video talking about all the embarrassing shit that I'm just involved in. Like, it doesn't reflect part of me too. That's just a crazy, narcissistic, inhumane thing that like everybody just loves doing now. That's wild to me.
And I'll own up to this. It's not a responsible thing to respond the way that I did. But I hope you guys understand the shock that I had in the moment. And with a few months, I might have changed in my mind. To be honest with you, co-parenting with someone like her, I just can't imagine it. She is the way she handled this whole shit was demonic, okay?
Didn't you say earlier? I'm not going to say she's demonic.
I'm not gonna talk shit on her.
Do we just do it? No, I think you said, didn't you say specifically? I'm not going to
did
say
he?
she was a
Okay.
demon or whatever. Demon and demonic are different, maybe. Okay.
I'll still defend her in a lot of regards, but I'm glad. Like, one of the most happy parts, guys, like the reason why I can smile today is like, as fucked up all this drama is, I don't got to co-parent with her. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to be tethered to this person for the rest of my life. I will be eternally grateful for that. I'm sad about other parts. There's some things I'm mourning, but just imagine how crazy all this is, and you guys are going to do your clicks. I don't mind. Go crazy. I ain't going to trip. But at the end of the day, I'm okay. What do you want to say?
No, I'm just waiting for the juicy part.
Oh, the juicy part.
Okay.
The part where I get to call her a witch.
Ooh.
So, when she hears that I don't want anything to do with her, initially she's like, cool, bye. Fuck you then. I block her ass because I'm like, bitch, you betrayed me, so fuck you, right? I didn't say that literally, but I'm like, be gone out of my life, witch. Tell me how I start get bombarded by everyone in her circle with blackmail threats.
Why do you think? We can speculate, but
So this piece of garbage,
I thought she was nice.
not in this moment, she's a garbage right now. You know, people shift. People go through phases. I was a garbage in my younger years. You know what I mean? Okay.
I am mad at you right now.
So she had sent me a recording that she had done of our call. I didn't know she was recording. So you guys, I need you, maybe it's normal online. It's not normal to me. I've never had someone record a call with me. And then she had uploaded it to YouTube in a private account, and she sent me the fact that she recorded our final call.
Damn.
The one where I was really upset about how things unfolded and how I was really done with her and I felt betrayed. I was upset. I was wilded. Okay? You can say whatever you want about that call. She can play it. I don't feel bad at all. The betrayal I felt at that time and how she could do that to me after everything I tried, I was like, yo, fuck you. She recorded it. I was blown away. That's why I have the recordings I have now. Because when I realized she was recording and she was trying to build some kind of case, I said, I'm going to keep my recordings from the future going forward. Okay? So she sends me texts. I don't engage. I block her. She sends it from a different number, sending me the link to the video. And do you guys see what it says here? Video 1 of 10. Okay? And I'm going to just move it to the side. You can see the text. But the text says, I told her release it. You know why I said release it? I don't care. Genuinely. I don't run my life in a way that if it became public, I'm terrified. I told her fucking release it. It's worth having you out of my life. Bam. Let's see if I got more of this shit. Then her friend started messaging me. Look what this goober ass posted. Y'all see this?
The phone number.
I don't care. Fuck them and their fucking phone number. You see this? Bam. So she's like, yo, I'm gonna contact the ops. I want y'all to think how crazy that is. I want y'all to think about how crazy that is. Someone you trusted, someone you loved, someone you gave everything to, and they had their friends say they were gonna blackmail you by contacting the ops. Now, from her perspective, what
Kind of reminds me when Lauren De Laguna was emailing Ethan Klein and Hassan Piker and like 7 other YouTubers to make videos about the Pixie situation.
she's gonna say is, I
Is he
felt
talking about
abandoned.
Myron Gaines here?
Yeah, Fed Reacts is Myron's like police React
Manager or
account,
whatever?
basically.
Okay.
Or no, it's his other channel for it, yeah.
Bitch, you abandoned me first. You gave me the one outcome I didn't ask, and then you cut me out. And then in a 24-hour span, you were asking me to be supportive of you and to be like, okay, so how are we going to co-parent? That is a crazy thing to do. Now, she's hormonal. She's losing it. I'm going to be as charitable as I can be and say it's probably not easy on her end, but this is insane. Ain't it?
Is it before or after she's contacting me?
This is before. Here's another one here, a different person. And what I said, feel free. She would never, but her friends will. She sent her friends to go after me, okay?
Wait. She has just a good support system.
She has such a good support, yeah.
She never would, but her friends will. And the emojis and the clowns.
Not the
Nah.
emojis,
Yeah,
dude.
okay.
Burn the whole town.
Not the
Okay,
emojis.
let's keep going. And to give you guys an idea of how rampant this shit was, it was really weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I say I was shocked, I don't say that lightly, okay? And I'm gonna play more recordings after.
More
I
recordings.
think it's always a good idea. You know what I mean? Just for a little bit of context. These are all the numbers I was having to block because she would not stop. The harassment was crazy, guys. Okay, y'all see that? Put another up on screen. Okay, this is from after. Well, we'll get to that later. All right. Do that after.
So when she made that video where she said, he blocked me 100 times, that's what she failed to fucking say.
Yeah, I have to block.
That's what she failed to say. He blocked me so many times. Yeah, but you contacted on different numbers. Ooh. The witch.
To be fair, I did definitely block her more than she blocked me, but at the same time, I was trying to get away from her multiple times.
Multiple times, 5 months, long distance. What?
The suicide attempts, my sister's going through stuff. Like, yeah, it reeled me back in. What can I say? I'll own my own mistakes because I made them, okay? Caring too much for the wrong person, making too much effort, whatever insecurity in me that drives me to feel like I need to take care of people this way. It's not a good thing, especially when directed at the wrong person. I'll own that every time. I don't sit here, guys, and be like, Abba's perfect or whatever. Nigga, no. All right? What happened? Oh, this? Oh, yeah, I'm going to keep needing it. You know what? Why am I acting like I'm not ready to go out dancing?
Yeah, exactly. You already got the wet towels, man.
I don't got one towel. I got two, okay? Because we about to salsa. Huh? God.
Yo quiero mi morena, no Filipina.
I'm so
morena.
glad. Enjoy. There'll be no salsa dancing with Filipinas, okay? I'm joking. I love my Filipinos. If one thing I'm grateful for her, she definitely put me on Filipino people, and I'm a big fan. Okay. So,
Okay.
she's doing all this blackmail. I'm not. I ain't tripping, bro. Like, put it out, whatever, just get out of my fucking life. A month goes by. Now I've had some time after she's harassed a bunch of people. She even contacted Preach, and I didn't even know until later. She started contacting, her friends were contacting people around me, blackmail threats, whatever it could be. A month and some change goes by, maybe. And now things are setting in. I've had time to process the betrayal, how I felt about it. But I think it's a good time now to play more of the recording. The reason why is that we discussed this around this time. Okay? And I'm going to go pretty early, and you're going to hear quite a lot of the recording. Again, I only started recording after I realized she tried to blackmail me. That's the only time. Okay?
Okay. Boop, boop.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you're not. And that's okay. Thank you for letting me say all that. But yeah.
So the context right now, the reason why she's like this is that she'd called me eventually and she apologized. She apologized because she knew she was tripping, and she admitted that she was mostly at fault, okay? During this apology call that she does, okay, a lot else gets said, but this is her after I had responded to her apology call, okay? I don't know if it was like through text. I don't remember because a lot of this is hazy. I just remember she had a lengthy apology for everything that she did that was wrong.
I think just to debrief or to recap, I couldn't have you. I don't want you to for us to separate and you not think that this was, really hard on me, and that I didn't love you. Again, I don't think the amount of grief I had gone through this last month would have existed and still carry that today. I feel like the pregnancy kind of made me not think correctly and do things the right way, and it kind of messed things up weirdly, and
Between us.
I didn't move properly. And the only thing I can say to that is, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was honestly trying my best, and
Sorry, you guys can hear me clicking in the background. I'm doing the same pose I did when she broke up with me.
yeah, I'm sorry for everything.
It's okay. Like I said earlier, before we started this call, I don't want you to think that I want to do this to have a chance to litigate the past or prove my point. I really want to just let you be able to say what you want to say and kind of get things off your chest. And I appreciate you sharing all these things, and yeah,
What do you want me to say?
do you have any questions
What do you want
that you
me
want to ask me? Anything?
No, but I think
Is there some way we can still be together?
really the only honest thing that I'm feeling right now is you're not saying much, and that's just making me feel dumb for saying everything that I said.
Why?
Pause. My boy, I'm gonna
So
tell
her
you,
apology, she's mad because I didn't reply in the way she needed to. So now she regrets her apology.
my boy,
Keep that.
my boy.
Just as a quick thing, none of this matters. Nobody does this. Doesn't matter. A true apology. Okay, so I'm infamous even for my I don't like apologies take, because 99% of apologies are dog shit. Most of the time when somebody's apologizing, they're looking for some kind of absolution. They're doing it for themselves. They want it to be done for themselves. So when they're giving an apology, it's because they're either trying to further a relationship, to have some kind of absolution so they feel less guilty about a thing they've done. Like 99% of the time, that's how it's going. So for her here to do this whole apology, right? Very, 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 very rarely is an apology sincere. And it's like, that's what I have to say, and that's it. Especially when you drop that whole, well, I said all that, what are you going to say, right? This is like a transactional, like, I apologized, so that means you should apologize, and then we can keep loving each other, and it should be great, right? Like, it's, you know.
I'm gonna tell you something right now, okay? And it might be controversial, but I don't think so. In my lifetime, I've seen many pregnant women. And I can tell you that much. The pregnancy is not the problem. It's something else.
True.
1, 2. So her body changed while you saw her being pregnant, right?
What are you trying to say? She wasn't pregnant?
Oh! King.
Shut up.
He's my king! He knows! He knows, Mooten. He knows!
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what do you see? What certainty do you have
I
except her
believe she was
word?
pregnant.
What
Oh, he
certainty?
doesn't even know?
I was right. I soul read the whole. Can you admit that I saw a 30-second clip and I soul read
mean,
the
yeah.
whole
You soul- you
situation?
soul read
I
it.
soul
Yeah,
read the
you did.
whole situation. He did. He says, I believe.
Well, I figured he wouldn't be retarded
I
and he would know.
believe. I believe.
What certainty do you have
I
except her
believe she was
word?
pregnant.
What certainty except her word do you have that she was actually pregnant?
Okay, so you think she wasn't pregnant?
That's not. I'm asking. I have.
I'm certain. I'm not going to say what, but I'm certain.
You do?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm certain.
Perfect.
No.
We don't need to go anything.
I'm going to defend her when I
There
feel
we
it's fair.
go. I'm right again.
Why would you say this though? I think he's trying to save himself and maybe her a little bit.
He might be.
Because if it was a pregnancy test, why wouldn't you just say that? Right? Yeah, I know she was pregnant. She showed me a test. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I don't know why he
She's
isn't
pregnant.
saying it.
Because it's not true.
Yeah, I'm certain.
Perfect. We don't need to go anything.
I'm going to defend her when I feel it's fair. She was pregnant.
First, fair, cool. All right.
So I told you, all my friends, all of them were like, this bitch lying. She wasn't pregnant.
See, also listen to him say that. All of his friends are saying it,
Yeah.
and he didn't show any of his friends. I go, no, look, here's a pregnancy test. Right?
I mean, I don't have a picture of a fucking pregnancy test either.
It's me. Hello.
I'm sorry. First of all, you would have a picture because this is his long distance girlfriend. So how else would she communicate it?
That's fucking true. That's true.
Also, how sussy Baka to fly down and then, well, we just didn't go to the abortion clinic. We just couldn't fucking go through with it. Nah.
Yeah.
So keep in mind,
No, 'cause-
keep in mind, she never once asked me for money, ever. Like, it's not a gold digger situation
Not
or
a gold
whatever.
digger situation. It's a crazy situation.
Yeah, I don't think, sorry, I should have never used, I shouldn't have said baby trap earlier because I think I said from the beginning, I didn't even believe she was pregnant. But there's like, it's a baby game you're playing to try to like save a failing relationship.
Power.
Basically. Yeah. And I think, but I would need to see more of their communications because I haven't seen enough to justify this, but it's the only thing that makes sense right now. When he says that she was like blackmailing him or whatever, she was, but it was like for a relationship. I don't know if I haven't seen anything that looked like she
But
wanted.
she broke up with him.
Did she?
That's what it's being. Yeah, she broke up with him over the phone call, which is the craziest part that I am not getting of. Why would she do that if she was trying to play games with him?
Did she though?
Yeah, you can go back and listen. She did. Unless she's on like her manipulation arc of like yo-yoing.
There you go. There you go.
You think she's like manipulating him by like, I break up with you, but what are we gonna do about the kid? Like she would have to be insane, man.
Well, because she knows that he doesn't think that's a acceptable arrangement of things. And then also like, oh, I'm going to break up with you. And then when you don't reply, then like the next day, it's like, wait, hey, message me. Hey, what's going on? 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She's just crazy then.
Maybe. I'm just saying the people run with that narrative like it just didn't happen. So I just want to say that. Let's go ahead. Man, why am I defender? Yo, she a golden. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
No, it's just that all that I've seen people being wrong, and I've seen people being very, very, very highly hormonal in their pregnancies.
That too. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, Preach. He understands this thing, okay, that less than 1% of all of mankind understands apparently, is sometimes people will be crazy for a variety of reasons, but people will just say like, oh, they're hormonal or, oh, this is going on or whatever. It's like, hold on. This person's not being crazy. This person is being like incredibly intentional. They are moving with deliberate plan. They're moving with like a goal in mind on every single message. This is not the ramblings of a hormonal crazy person. This is like a very deliberate, manipulative attempt to gain some type of thing, right? Yeah. I'm glad that he points that out.
That, my friend, is something else.
Sure.
Wait, is she pregnant now?
No, let's keep going with the story, bro.
It doesn't make me feel dumb. It just makes me feel like a little. Obviously, it was fine for me to say that, and thank you for holding space for me to even explain all that. I promise you, that was my reality, and that was all true. But I did kind of like pour my heart out, and
Sorry.
And
Well, I just feel like if I start doing the same, we're gonna probably start arguing because you're gonna like disagree with how I view things or the way I viewed them, and I didn't want to invalidate whatever it is that you're feeling or do any of that. So I think that's why I'm just not.
okay.
That's why
I
I'm
see what you're
not.
saying.
I'm not. That's it right there. I stopped engaging because every time I would disagree, it was always like you're more wrong. My feeling. So I was like, you know what? Cool. I just stopped.
I also, I'm so sorry. I'm so anti-woman coded right now. Okay. Anytime, if I had an argument with a woman and she ever used the phrase, thank you for like holding space, I'm out. I'm out of there. That's always going to be some crazy holding space. What the fuck would you learn that term at? I'm out. I don't know. But I might just be, you know.
Talking. And that's what you're seeing right there. Okay. I'm going to move the recording along. I'm going to now explain to her why I pulled away, and you guys are going to hear her reaction, okay? I didn't see any of that coming. You know, well, I also spent time thinking about it. I mean, as far as the end goes, you know, obviously I didn't see any of that coming, and I kind of just...
The fuck does that even mean? I'm retarded. Psych terms are always just spooky to me. Psych terms are always scary. I feel like there's always more behind that that's, I don't know.
Didn't say anything at the time because obviously I was very caught off guard, and on top of that, it was like an outcome I never could have ever imagined. So, you know, with the shock and everything, all I wanted was to just kind of get away. And I understand that from your perspective, you might have felt like you needed me, but honestly, it felt like you like ran a truck through my head, and I didn't want to say anything because I had no control or any say in it. So it's just like I just couldn't be supportive. I couldn't be there for you because I was just I don't know.
I knew I did that to you.
Yeah, and I'll just say, like, you know, I don't know, my response wasn't great, but, you know, it felt like I got ran over, and then I was, like, asked to be supportive and present by, like, the person who ran me over. And when I just kept wanting to, like, get away, like, I was just bombarded. And so then I just started attacking. And by bombarded, I mean I was harassed by all her friends and threatened with blackmail. And I'm not proud of that response, but I don't know what I could have done in that moment when I tried to get away, you know, like, and You know, I'm really not someone who spends time being cruel to the people around them or stuff like that. I'm generally very, very, very calm. But I definitely felt like, yeah, I don't know. I think I felt like there was not much space for me throughout quite a lot of it. And all right, you're gonna hear me a little bit emotional. You know what I mean? Members only access. Turn this portion off. You want to see them tears? Yeah.
We didn't know it was that until you said it. Okay. To be honest, maybe you had the sniffles.
I think you're gonna hear it. It's gonna be pretty clear.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the relationship as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that
It's okay. Like, I know you know, but actually.
And I'm sorry that I kept like trying to reach out. I'm not saying this is right. I was so desperate to figure out, like, I knew that at that point we were just like at war and we were just fighting. But like,
when you give an apology and you explain your mental state at the time, explaining the mental state is almost always going to be a form of justification, which is almost always going to be as part of an argument. A good apology would be something like, hey, we had this conflict here, and I understand the things I did made you feel horrible, and that, it was over the line to attack you on ABCD. That's it. But when you start doing like, hey, I want to apologize for my actions here. I did this because I felt like we were here, and I felt like this was going on. Blah blah blah. That's an argument. Always.
I just was so desperate to figure out what to do with the pregnancy, and me wanting to keep it, and then I had broken up with you because I wanted to keep it, but then that was like a dumb thing that I did. Again, I froze, and that ended up the way that ended up. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you, like, it was like, I don't know what the heck. My like cognitive ability was just like so impaired by all this pressure, and
what? Oh,
I thought she was gonna say the pregnancy.
Yeah, and then again, that's why I reached out to preach, and I was just so desperate to figure it out and do the right thing, and it was like soul crushing. Like this whole thing didn't like just hit like my heart, like it crushed my spirit.
I will say also though, you could do like a meta analysis of this conversation because is this the conversation that she showed that she'd recorded? Because if so, it's kind of funny that
she didn't show a recorded conversation.
She did
because she could sue him. I thought.
Yeah, she showed it. That's what I mean. She showed that she had recorded one on her phone, but she didn't play it. So it is kind of funny that like ABBA is knowing that he's performing because he's recording his side of the convo, and then she's also performing because she's recording her side of the conversation. It's like, oh man. At Destiny, shouldn't you try to explain intentions of the bad thing you did? There will be some circumstances where maybe that is important, but especially like as an apology at the end of things or whatever, no, because the reason why you try to justify things is to make it so that your position is understandable because you want to improve yourself in the, you want to improve your standing in the eyes of the other person. Like that's it. Otherwise there's no reason. It doesn't matter what your intention was generally, or I mean, you can briefly mention it, but like when you start giving a whole bunch of reasons why you did a thing, nobody views themselves as being crazy or unreasonable in their eyes. So of course the justification is always going to make sense. And then it's like, well, why are you even that mad at me? Like it's not going to happen again, you know?
Like everything did, like from the moment, even like me having that phone call with you, and me like not realize, like, and everything happened so quick. And even like a few weeks after, I knew it was my fault, but like, I knew you were going through like your...
Like all of the excuses that she's given here, all of these are supposed to be temporary. Like all of it sounds like, this was happening. I know you were going through this with the reason why you would apologize like this is say, see, so it won't happen again. Like you should know that like it was because you were going through this and I had this thing going on, but these things aren't factors anymore. So it shouldn't matter. Like that's the reason.
Process of like shock in the beginning, but it was the week I had the abortion, and Kimberly had came back to help me. I think this was 2 weeks after talking to you, after our last talk. And yeah, it was actually. It was 2 weeks after. I was still trying to figure out if I wanted the baby. I had gone through like a weird shock.
She was so shocked. Her first reaction was to run to Fresh and Fit and anyone else, like, to be honest with you guys, that's like, to me, so insane. I've never had a problem with someone so severe that I'm like, I'm going to blackmail you, or I'm going to contact your biggest enemy and tell them a secret I think is going to destroy you. Like, that's so goddamn corny.
He's an enemy.
And to someone you love.
These guys? Yeah, they hate each other.
Well, I don't know any of this fucking drama, man.
Loser.
Like, you know, you guys hear me here. I don't talk about her like she's the devil. She definitely did some fucked up shit. But I still very much, there's some love in me because we went through something difficult. Genuinely. I'm still mourning the abortion and everything that happened with it. It's a tough thing for me. Be honest with you. I'm going to have to figure that out, and that's my own experience. But there's just certain things that she did, and she just doesn't recognize the gravity of it or what kind of betrayal it is. Go ahead.
Just in the way that you contacted me, you were off. Off. Why contact me? I felt like
Okay, fuck. Okay, I'm dipping into misogynistic take number 2. I don't know if it's because men are more likely to be violent with each other. That's like a Jordan Peterson take. Or if men are more likely to get in trouble for things. I don't know why, but I feel like in general, like a guy knows that if he does some shit, then then it's going to be like some shit. It's going to be like, all right, like we're in it. I feel like women, at least on the internet, have this idea that, oh, you've wronged me. I'm about to like fucking burn your entire fucking world down. And it literally does not matter what the fuck I do, as long as I can articulate some kind of perceived harm in the beginning. As long as I can articulate for some reason why I think you've harmed me, then I can light your world on fire. And every single vapid dipshit woman in my life is going to Yas Queen me on that decision. And the rest of the internet will, if you're in the right political space. It's just like, yeah, Jesus.
like she wanted to use me. That's what it felt like. It was weird. It's like I don't know what I don't know what you're trying to do here, but it's hella weird.
Yep.
The making the rounds to contact the others.
I don't understand when people reach out to like somebody's co-host or somebody's like best friend to try and like get them to like turn on them, I guess. I don't know. Mr. Girl did this with like a lot of people in your space, and he DM'd me, I think. I mean, like, these motherfuckers are crazy. I just don't get it.
Well,
contacted one person, bitch. You made the rounds to contact everybody. Some dumb people fell in the trap. Fit, Fresh, Stevie. You contacted everybody. That is not, I didn't know what to do. I think one of the last things that you told me in that text that you sent me was...
Has his Quebecois accent gotten stronger?
No, it's always pretty strong.
Okay.
I think I know how I'm going to proceed. That's what you chose to do?
Peep it, though. Peep it, though. Someone said...
Like, this is true. Women will be like, I'm going crazy hormonal right now. I don't know what's happening. And then we'll pull up their 7 different alternate social media accounts that they use to stalk every single person in your life and begin like coordinating this like fucking mass campaign against you and their supposed hormonal mayhem. It's like, bro, you're on some psychopath shit.
Yo, Abba, stay away from these snow bunnies. She a rice bunny. It's different, okay? I promise. Fully rice made, all the way from the Philippines. Highly approved. Give everyone a shout out.
Nah, man. You don't have no bad words for her. She's a witch.
Damn.
You know what it is, bro?
Full blood.
I made peace with it. I made peace with it. Even this whole thing, like the reason why I'm like this, the feelings I feel is more so in regards to the pregnancy and everything involved with that. That's tough on me, to be honest with you. That's the part that gets to me. But her, like, I've moved on. Truly, like, actually in my heart. And I hope she finds happiness. She's got issues and she got to go figure that out. And I hope she gets better. But I don't feel any type of way. The reason why I don't have...
Preach is so fucking real for this. If I'm understanding. Oh, there's a thing in here. Does anybody know what the dynamic is here? What's going on here? Who's got it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Good. There's... Thank you! Yes! Nocturnal Goblin. Said, Preach knows he still likes her, LOL. When your boy's on some crazy shit, like, I don't think she's a witch, man. She's just got some stuff she's going through. He's setting himself up for a month later, and it's like, yeah, so she figured her shit out. You know, we're chatting again. 100%. 100%.
You got to go figure that
working
out,
with him,
and I
too.
hope she gets better. But I don't feel any type of way. The reason why I don't have any words of anger for her, to be honest with you, is because I'm over it.
And you know
That's
what
it.
the thing is? I'm sorry. I'm gonna say one thing. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Because I do know some witches, and that's not what you are.
Yeah.
Because all my witches, all the witches that I got in my life, they're actually pretty good. You a succubus. You suck the life out of people. That's what you do.
I used to call her a vampire. I used to call her that.
Cousins.
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's what it is. And then you pull this, you're looking so dead on the video, your face not moving. Oh no, you a succubus. You look dead outside and inside, my girl.
Yeah.
You a succubus. I have no love for you. None.
Guys,
None.
I know people are like, oh, man, I'm so sorry, whatever. Truly, if you'd have done this live like 3 months ago, I'd have been fucked up. Right now, I'm actually in a really good spot.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, life is pretty good. You know, your boy's slimming down, exercising every day, doing his thing, going to see people, see friends, family.
We're not friends.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not friends.
Just came back from my brother's wedding.
But she's a succubus.
So, like, this is not fresh for me, okay?
No, it's not. It's not fresh.
All right.
It's stupid, which is technically the same thing.
And we got some good music out of it. And we're going to get some more. Don't worry, bro. Got some other tracks coming down the pipe, all right? So us separating and going through this is going to release. Think about it. I made that music video. Wait, which one am I talking about right now? Because I heard the Fresh and Fit Boys are here.
You listen up, yeah, do your thing because they're going to go. They're going live at midnight, so they need to gather some things.
I mean, I made this after me and her ended. Do you understand how much she was amused in her absence? That's all I'm doing.
No woman and not you.
Oh, so you got a girl now. You changed, made self-improvement. Takes all day.
This would have not happened if I was still dating her. You know what I mean?
That's gay.
We thank you, Libertine Karina.
The rip away. No, I don't want no women, no. No, I don't want no woman. No, I don't want your cuddles, no. I'd rather sleep with the boys. No, I don't want to meet girls, no. I don't want no women. Boys is the ones that get love from me. Spending time with my boys behind. Rubbing on their thighs, that's the record way. No, just no.
The video,
I was wrong.
Yeah.
For me, spending time with my boys behind. Rubbing on their thighs, that's the record way. If you feel at home with your mom,
Oh, yes, bro.
I'm talking to you. If you're broken, hate these women, that's the record way. Yes, bro.
She 100% made it up to save the relationship / clout / sympathy, what have you. Throwing out suicide dough and all this bullshit is a masterclass in psychotic manipulation, and I'm a woman. Woman approved. I don't think it was a clout thing, though, because I don't think this woman had ever been on her stream. She probably is just like a really unhealthy, I wouldn't say like necessarily BPD or whatever, but just like a really obsessive, unhealthy type of person, yeah?
Talking to you, baby. If you're ready to find your virgin, talking to one of my cats with no expertise, no women. I don't want no women, no wife, no pussy, no wife. That's the record way. No, I don't want no women, no wife.
All right. And that's all this to say, guys. Let's get right back to it because we're not done, all right? And again, I never wanted this to be public. I think it's all very, unnecessary, but she want to go there. We have
Thoughts
to.
on the song? What is the song? Is it like, are they just like mixing other tracks, or are they like singing on this, or what is the? I'm not sure what the.
Go there just to clear some of the air. And again, there's more, but I hopefully don't have to go
It's AI. Okay.
through it.
Someone said Preach looks miniature. I am. I'm 5'2".
To this day, I'm not entirely sure what it is that I was feeling, but
It's not AI.
I
No.
couldn't even.
Okay. The vocals are AI, but I think ABBA mixed it himself. Okay.
Angry enough to say anything.
I have no
I
idea.
just. I just accepted it. Oh, you hear me tearing up a little bit, boys. And then everything that followed afterwards was like the blackmail. I felt like I was getting kicked. In every direction.
The vocals are ABBA, but I think AI mixed it. Okay.
Can you retard just
Okay,
not answer if you
talk
don't
about it.
fucking know?
I am the AI, and I mixed
Not
it.
because I was afraid or reputation. All right, so you guys can kind of hear it. I mean, spend the whole time there.
I'd rather hear you cry for this than losing the monetization of us trying to.
Oh yeah, saving dudes.
I'd rather
I don't mind.
saving kids was good, but
Listen, it's real.
saving you guys was better.
It's real. It's a difficult thing to experience. So for me, I don't mind. I'm not ashamed of that at all. All right, move on.
I regret that. I regret the way I handled it. I knew you to know that, like, you're saying, like, you knew what I was I explained, like, the debilitating decision making, like, I was doing every day. I was going back and forth every day. I was just trying to figure out what to do, and I regret the way I handled it. And I feel like the first few weeks I was like thinking about you first. I feel like I was like in a triangle of like, okay, if I don't have the baby, then things can continue going on with ABBA, but if I have the baby, then it's just like all this pressure with someone, I
understand that's what you thought in your head, but like, I think the frustrating part for me is I literally flew down to be there for you for the abortion. I don't know how things were going to go afterwards, but like, I would have supported you regardless. But
don't think that I look at you and I don't care about how you feel. Like, you don't think at the time I'm
See,
like,
it's always a debate. I can read all these. I've been through so much dumb shit. I see it all. It's a debate to stay in the relationship every time.
seeing you, and I do love you, and I'm like looking at you and I'm like, this guy's devastated. And then a part of me is like, I also don't want to, but I'm like, again, I was like in this triangle where like, okay, if I don't have the baby, things can still move forward, because it's like
things can still move forward. We can still be together.
We can still figure out if we're compatible. We can still
There it is. I could write the script. I can write the script for these people, all right?
figure all that thought out. And yeah, I don't think if the pregnancy happened, I don't think any of this would have happened. But sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think I always told you the outcome I would have preferred. But I told you I would support you regardless, and I'd be there for you. And I think I try to show up both emotionally and physically by being there in person. I think I went out of my way to try to make that clear to you. And I also didn't lie to you. I didn't tell you I'm going to be fine, everything's going to be great. I told you, like, it's going to be tough on us. It's going to be tough on you, it's going to be tough on me. I don't know how I'm going to change afterwards. I can only tell you that I'm dreading it. And I think that's a reasonable and, like, mature response to the whole situation. I don't need anyone to coddle me or anything like that. Like, I know these things are going to be difficult. And who knows, maybe it does break us. Who knows? But I would never force you into parenthood before you're ready. And I always told you that. She didn't want to. Always. And I understand you may have not felt that way, but I think you don't know from my perspective, like, I really tried to convey to you what I wanted while letting you know that I would have your back to the best of my abilities, whatever you choose. And I understand you might have felt differently. I'm just saying what I said and what I tried to do in terms of actions. Okay? Right? Because you didn't want me there for the abortion.
That was me, sorry.
Remember?
Oh, fuck you.
I had to convince you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to be there for it. And I told you it's my responsibility. It was not to convince you. When I got there at the hotel, I was not trying to talk to you about it. And I know you were trying to say sweet things to me to tell me, like, we'll have more kids in the future, all this stuff. I was like, you don't have to say this stuff. It doesn't make me feel.
I've had no experience with crazy ABG before, so she played him, in my opinion. I thought, isn't like ABG supposed to be like the girl comes from a decently wealthy family, wants to be treated like a princess. You're supposed to spoil the fuck out of her all the time. I feel like this wasn't like an Asian baby girl experience. Like that's my. These are way outside of any circle that I generally run in, but I thought that was like the Asian baby girl stereotype. Opposite? Is it different? Is it opposite of that? No, that's not ABG. ABG is just an Asian girl that acts black. Okay. Heads up, there's audio complainers. Is this Discord / your stream bugging out, or is this Moot's side? What?
What am I doing?
Hold on.
I think one of the last things that you told me in that text that you sent me
Has
was
his Quebecois accent gotten stronger?
No, it's always pretty. I don't think I heard that.
I didn't hear that.
What the fuck?
Could be like
No,
a kick
it's always
thing.
pretty strong.
Okay.
I think I know how I'm gonna.
Weird. Okay.
I just want to say that's such a weird thing to hear from somebody when they're telling you they want to have an abortion. They're like, oh, by the way, I'm going to give you more kids after we get rid of this one. It is such a bizarre thing.
But it's not at all. Or I wonder if he's pieced it together yet, right? Like that is totally on track with like, well, here's a baby thing, but like we can use this to keep the relationship together, and I think we should get rid of it now, but we can have more kids in the future because our relationship's gonna be so great and strong and blah blah blah. Like it's.
And I know she was just in her own way trying to confirm me, but I'm not going to lie. When she said that shit pissed me the fuck off, but I didn't say nothing. Good, and it's okay.
Whenever that's a moment where you would use it. Yo, shut the fuck.
Yeah.
When you say, oh yeah, you say it to me all the time.
Yeah. I'm going to be there. We just got a big day tomorrow. Let's just get through it. And like, that's me telling you, I don't like what's happening, but I'm here because I care about you. You understand? So,
Yeah.
I think what's tough for me is like, I think throughout this whole process, I know, like you were, and I think I was learning over time. You know, I didn't know at the beginning, but like, you know, after our first large issue post-pregnancy, like,
How many times do you think they saw each other in real life? I don't know. If I had to guess, like 4 to 8 times at the most. Because if it was, did they live in Montreal? So his flights from Montreal to Vancouver. Is he really making that flight 4 times a month? In 5 months, I imagine he's going at least once a month, maybe twice a month. So 4 to 8 times max would be my guess.
A lot of flight time.
She's in SF. He's in Montreal. Oh, I thought she was over in Vancouver. Oh, SF's about the same flight.
I think I started to understand the mental and like toll it was taking on you, you know. And I was constantly just basically biting my tongue whenever there was something that was happening, because I imagined in my head like this is mostly due to the pregnancy, and like it'll be okay. So that's where I'm saying I'm smoothing over all the problems that she was starting, because in my head I'm like, most of this is due to the hormones and the pregnancy, not actually our issues, which wasn't entirely accurate, but I was trying to be diplomatic.
Why?
But it was like, you know one thing I don't do, and like maybe this is just for different reasons, and I don't think you're like malintentioned, but like I don't try to convince you that I loved you. You know, I know I loved you. And whether you believe it or not, like it won't even matter at all to me. But I'll be honest with you. Like when we sat on a call and you're like, you might break up with me because you don't know if you'll be attracted to me. And you were saying all this kind of stuff, like I was just eating it on the chin. But like there were so many things throughout the whole thing that made me question
Maybe she was just trying to fucking
how you felt
fuck his
about
mind.
me. You know, felt like you were quite critical, but I felt like you constantly try to pull me back in and try to reassure me and that you were here to stay. And then like, you know, there were like 2-3 times where I was like, it's okay. Like, I don't feel like you want me and I accept it. Like this is even like early too, and like you would always try to tell me, and I'm like,
Why can you love someone so much in 5 months? That's what I don't get. I mean, the early relationship stuff, or as soon as you meet people, you can fall for somebody very, very fast. It can be very intense. But this is like a pretty normal, like early relationship dynamic that you kind of have to you get through eventually.
okay.
I don't
And,
think
and then
I don't know if I felt that early. And the conversations I had with you,
so there was a lot of conversations like that where she would like raise a lot of these issues. And I'm like, lady, if this is over, it's okay. Let's just let it end. But why do you keep roping me back in? Like, why do you raise a million issues, say you're not sure, and then when I try to leave, you're like, I'm going to kill myself. Or my sister's like, that's what pissed me off more than anything. Because I was already ready to go at earlier points. But she's the one who really convinced me to invest myself more. And for her to like quit at the 11th hour was just like, it was a last straw for me. So I'm not going to play more. I'm pretty sure there's more of her admitting how wrong she was, but like, it's fine. At the end of the day, what matters is that it ended. She wanted us to reconcile and wanted us to work things out numerous times. And, you know, I was trying to meet her halfway. I was trying to be supportive of her because we went through something
Meet me
difficult.
halfway.
And this is the last point I'm going to make, okay?
The last one.
The last
This
one.
is the final point. Because you guys
shit.
remember early,
Take notes.
I said there was 3 things she said.
Uh-oh.
She never quits, well, we established she's a quitter.
Yeah.
She would keep the child if she was pregnant. Well, you guys see from the messages and everything involved, she wanted to abort it multiple times, and I was the one who didn't want that.
And she won't cut you off.
And the third thing is that she's not a cheater or someone who courts the attention of other men. Why am I bringing this up?
My bad.
After we separated, you know, we had this period like here during this call where we're talking.
Right.
And after that point, you know, I tried to be emotionally supportive of her. I'm like, you know, go to therapy, whatever. We weren't seeing each other physically. She wanted to. She made like a lot of efforts for us to go get back together. After supposedly I did all these bad things, she wanted us to physically be in the same space. And I kept being hesitant about it. I would be like, yes, but you know, my spirit is telling me something's off about this. Okay.
No.
And eventually, I came to the
body?
answer that no, I don't want that. And I'll show you guys just an idea. And we ended things on good terms, in my opinion.
Apparently not, bro.
I know. But look at this
Apparently
message,
not.
okay? Because you guys are going to see, like, I send a message that says, hey, I know you haven't pressured me at all. I appreciate your concern. I thought about seeing you many times, thought about us together, but in the end, I can't bring myself to do it. Know how much I love you. I lost myself in our relationship, and I realized I have a hard time being myself with you. I don't want to go back there. I know you don't want me there. Still, I want to support you from afar. I wrote that last song wrong. She definitely wanted me there, but it doesn't matter. I will always support you from afar. I learned so much from our relationship, and I know how good your heart is, okay? I talk
Damn.
about her the exact same way. You know, here she is. Happy birthday today. I talk about, I will always support you from,
Wait, when was this message? This was after everything, right? I think.
you know, here she is. Happy birthday in advance. I'll be thinking about you on the day. She sent me this like months in advance before my birthday. I'm sorry for coming off
Months in advance. Happy birthday in advance.
inconsiderate or insulting or insensitive on the call. You're right. I was. My heart's been debilitating heavy. It was selfish of me, but it's not fair for me to ask you anything. It was selfish of me, and I'm sorry for being insensitive on so many ways. I'm glad you haven't been feeling what I've been feeling. I'm praying, blah, blah, blah. She mentions how difficult this whole process is for her. But aside from the romance, it is the person I met and the Abba I met. And the person, in the end, the human in you who I am grieving. I don't just let go of people easy.
Oh no. She even ended this technically correctly. I love you. I won't text you anymore, and you don't need to respond. And he still responded. Why? Why? Why would you do that? And then there's another message down here. Why? Or what is that?
My heart easy. I'm sorry for absolutely everything from the bottom of my heart. I'll be thinking about you and your happiness, and that's not going away anytime soon. It's hurt a
Only appropriate response to this is an emoji react.
lot
Thumbs up.
because I know it was an alignment and not the love. Thank you for
Or maybe like a blue heart or something.
everything. I know you gave me everything. I'm sorry for everything. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. I love you. Don't want to text me anymore. I said, hey, I saw your message. I thought of everything. Appreciate you. And I say, I'll be rooting for you from afar. Okay. Now, good message, right? While we were talking during this period and she was really trying to set up meetings, which I think she tried to set up like 2 or 3, and I kept saying no every time. And I canceled on all 3. She told me something that was very interesting. You guys remember how she presented herself as first? Christian woman, very demure, very chill.
You said to me, what?
You know, you see her Instagram, like, I'm very chill. So, like, this is the person, she would never court the attention of other men. If another man approaches her, blah, 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 all this other stuff. She was, like, overcompensating. And she was very territorial and jealous. And to give you guys some context, if you guys go to my Instagram, I follow, like, 43 people, okay? Most of them dancers or artists or my family members.
But not me.
Not him.
Ooh.
So you're not an artist, a family member, or, you know. So.
Or friend.
So.
You know how
the reason why I'm
fucking
contextualizing it is really important, this part, okay? Because you're going to start saying my reaction why. Go ahead. When you believe someone, you believe them for who they present themselves. This girl, one time she got mad at me because I was following this like random dancing lady who does like a lot of tutorials and stuff in regards to bachata. I like this stuff. I like watching people. I'm someone who practices dance technically.
You like bachata?
No, but her footsteps, she did Dominican bachata.
Yeah, never mind.
She did Dominican.
No, Dominican bachata
so
is
the
the shit.
footwork was fire.
I'm a Haitian man giving props to the Dominican for the bachata. I gotta give him.
Peep it.
Yeah.
Peep it.
Yeah.
I like watching. I don't post comments. I don't like posts. I'm not somebody who's on Instagram Thursdays. To me, that's retarded. I just don't do it. She'd gone through my follow list and had an issue because I was following one or two dancers, and I appreciated the fact that they were very gifted. But these were actually very talented dancers, okay? So she raises the issue to me, and she's like, I just don't think it's a good look. I just don't think it's appropriate, blah, 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 blah. And me, I'm like, I've never had someone bring this up to me in my past. But I was like, I'm not arguing with you. You know, you're pregnant, whatever. This is a problem. I just unfollowed them. Didn't care. Didn't argue.
Shrimplaz.
Sheesh.
Why am I laughing? The whole time this lady had a Facebook, Instagram, but she was like following hundreds of dudes, okay? Again, I just don't care. I mean, the hypocrisy pissed me off and it annoyed me. But I wasn't threatened, okay? So there's this.
Because none of the dudes rollerbladed.
True. If they did, I don't know there's a problem. All right, Rico, we can't let him get in.
I know that's a pressure.
Slide in, roll through, and then
Peep it.
Good job.
So this lady tells me while we were still talking, and she was trying to reconcile things and get back together, even though I felt off. She was telling me she loved me. She wanted to be with me. She really felt like things would work with me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know, I'm not going to say like she was one-sided, but part of me was just, I was always reluctant. And that's why you can see the text at the end where I'm like, I don't think we can do this. She tells me that she has a product she's doing and it's getting popular. She's like, has this Instagram where she's showcasing her skills or whatever. I'm like, oh, what kind of stuff you posted out there? And this is where she lies. She's like, oh, you know, it's mostly like archery stuff. It's like, it's not like.
I'm so sorry. That's just the funniest. Okay. Maybe. Okay.
The thirst trapped kind. I was like, cool.
It's not.
So tell me, after we stopped talking.
Tell me why.
I see this shit come across my feed.
But
What?
No, go ahead.
No, these posts that she was making were during the time that she was trying to get us back and she said we were supposed to make it work.
All right.
Peep it. Let me see here.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a pray. Tell me why.
All right, here it is. Okay, now look at this.
That's not her second account. She doesn't have
That's the account. Mind you, this account she never showed me. I'd ask her, she would never show it. She refused. I was like, why are you hiding this account? She's like, I just don't feel comfortable. But she's like, you know, I'm trying things.
You don't
whatever.
feel comfortable showing some shit to someone
I know why she didn't show me.
You don't feel comfortable showing some shit to someone that you see naked? It's crazy.
Yes. And to someone who you say is your partner supposed to be,
Right.
peep it. And this is why all this is happening, okay? When I saw this, I was really, because it really made me look at her differently. Okay? So here's the Instagram, and you can see these posts for yourself. She got her in some tight dresses. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She want to do her gym progress stuff. What was crazy is that she was replying to every dude, liking everything. Okay?
You don't entertain what?
Okay. Okay. I don't mind. She said these are not thirst traps. Okay. But mind you, there's just some her in a hot dress.
Miguel.
And she's replying to every dude on the planet.
Miguel.
You see it, right? I'm not tripping. You guys see that?
Miguel.
Peep it. And she said to me, this is when I found out, I was like, why did you lie to me the whole time? Like, that was really off. And she denied it. She was losing her mind, getting angry at me. You want to know how fraudulent this broad is? I'll tell you what she did. When I found out, I texted her about it. Not because I actually care about this kind of stuff generally. It's just that she presented herself as something, and she was doing the opposite and hiding and pretending. So when I texted her about it, you know what I did before I texted her? I screen recorded, okay? when I told her about it and then she got on a call later, you know what this girl did? She archived some of the posts.
Queen behavior, to be
She
honest.
archived. Then when I questioned her about it, she never answered. She would dodge the question. You did this to me. You did. But I'm like, why did you archive the post if you felt like you did nothing shameful? You'll see.
These
I wish I
motherfuckers are
clicked on some of
crazy.
the other pictures. I probably did another video. If you guys look here, I wish I would have done it. You can see this one right here, right in the middle, right there, where she got the tight dress on and she makes sure her ass is nice and showing.
It's not an ass. It's boobies.
Boobies.
Also, when he says came across his feed, does he mean he started name searching her to find out what was going on? And then also, wait, so now is he sending her messages fighting about the second Instagram account after they've already been broken up? Why?
For sure, but she turned. She does a lot of that stuff. Look, I've never managed my partner's Instagram in my whole life. Mostly because if this would have been her Instagram off the top, I would not have dated her, personally. I don't go to change people. She hid this shit. Who hides an Instagram like this while they're trying to court somebody or try to be, no.
Okay, but is that Instagram even that big of a deal? It's just like a workout Instagram. I'm surprised that would be a deal breaker for him.
If somebody messages me on Instagram and these are their profile pictures, we're fucking 150% of the time. This is the modern era succubus Instagram page. 100%.
Okay.
100%. Also replying to every single guy in the fucking...
That's a red flag. I
yeah.
agree with that.
100%.
One right here. Who hides an Instagram like this while they're trying to court somebody or try to be, no.
I'm gonna tell you that much. If my girl would have posted shit like that, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Fair.
But I would have a problem with you lying about it. If you post shit like that,
That's what I'm
that
saying.
ain't got nothing to do you, boo boo.
That's what I'm saying.
And guys are replying, I don't care. I don't care. Generally don't care. Cause why? Cause at the end of the night, you coming back home with me. You could talk. You could. I know it's business or whatever, whatnot. I wouldn't care. But if you lying about it, it's kind of weird. It's kind of sus.
But my thing
agreed
is,
with
she
Preach.
presented herself one way. She took issue with who I followed, which was super PG. And then she was doing that, and she was hiding it, and she was archiving posts, and she was like, she's the one who can't be doing that.
Succubus!
That's what I'm saying.
I tell you,
know what I mean?
burn them.
You know what I mean?
Burn them.
So to
Burn
me, it's
them.
like the hypocrisy in the life.
Not other people.
And so when she did that, I'm like, oh, so
not me.
you was doing the shady shit. You was doing the shit. It's like, all right, bye, girl. And then she got mad. She lost it. She was sending me novels or whatever. And this is the reason why she's here today. So at the end of the day, I wish her the best of luck. She can go do this with somebody else, whatever. She can pretend she did nothing wrong because she always does that. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, it was a semi-messy relationship, but it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. And the fact that this is public, I would never want. But she chose this
No,
life.
you made it public. That's your fault.
She made it public.
That is your fault. None of this could have went that way. But you went to Watts.
That's it.
You went to Stevie. You went to Ed, the Fresh and Fit. You went to many more, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, my girl. The whole problem of this shit is not that you got pregnant and you want it or not, or want it or not, or want it or not, or want it or not to keep it.
Yeah.
That's not the issue. The issue is that you're a crazy bitch.
That's it.
That's what the problem is.
And like, just imagine how much of a loser you are right now, because you're over here posting all this shit online, and like, all the red pillars are gonna look at you like you're a Jezebel. And if that's what you want to do, then go crazy, girl.
You're giving fuel to all the people.
I'm happy.
You're giving-
because you and I not co-parenting. We not involved. I got nothing to do with you. Your boy free.
You're giving fuel to all the people that think you are the norm, my
That's
girl.
it.
By the end of the day, you're really it's just one crazy out of many.
That's it.
But you're just one crazy girl out of many normal girls, right? The problem was not the hormones. Because the baby's not there no more, right? You still decide to do this shit
Was
now.
never there, guaranteed.
So that had nothing to do with the hormones. You crazy.
Yep.
Succubus.
That's it.
And you go through friends, families, and foes. You are crazy. You're a crazy one.
That's it.
Hey, I heard you really dodged one. Ooh, if you took her home, it'd be a mess, son. Tell me how you do.
So, everyone like, oh, Abba, how you like? I'm not stressing. I know you guys are terminally online like, oh, you must be. I don't give a fuck. I live my life in a way where I try to put my best foot forward. I make mistakes. I fuck up. I do. And I'll always own that. And I said throughout this whole call, there's plenty of things I should have done earlier on, which I didn't do. And I'll own it. But all this narrative that she's building, it's all just bullshit. This girl is being shady. She was being shady. I still don't think she's a horrible person, but I think she got a lot of shit to work through. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, she had a lot of shit too?
To work through.
Oh, 100%.
That's it. But at the end of the day, guys, like, this is the best ending. Like, y'all don't realize, like, I'm free, nigga. I made it out of Shawshank. I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm all of them. I'm out.
Cause you're free.
So y'all can say whatever y'all want, but just think, I might have been tethered to that crazy bitch for my whole life. Oh! So I'll go to my therapy. I'll do whatever I gotta do, but your boy happy. That's why I can show up to this live every day. Because just looking at her behavior right now, I texted her today. I was like, you doing this is making me so grateful that we're here right now. Because the opposite end is, bitch, I might have been with you.
Yep.
I get to have a chance to be happy.
And what did she reply?
Oh, she tried to pretend like she wasn't bothered. She's like, all right, well, I'll do my other video. I'm like, do whatever you
Do
gotta
your
do.
videos. You look stupid.
I'm not stressing. Genuinely.
Okay.
I got the recordings. I recorded it. As soon as I realized this girl was recording, I said, oh my God, I'm actually going to record a call with someone. I've never done that. And I said,
Wait. That last thing, I'm sorry, was the implication there that he's still messaging her even after he messaged her today or yesterday? Like after she posted the video? Was that the... King.
We going to start.
Yeah.
That's that Michael Jackson shit.
That's it.
You want to get me started.
That's it.
You want to get
But like
started.
this whole idea, like Abba don't want kids. Like guys, I could tell you, I'm not necessarily someone who has like baby fever or desperately wants kids. If a situation arises, I'm gonna take responsibility regardless.
You want to get
But like
started.
this whole idea, like Abba don't want kids. Like guys, I could tell you, I'm not necessarily someone who has like baby fever or desperately wants kids. If a situation arises,
My mind is brain rotted. What did he say? I thought he said, it sounds like he's saying, I'm not somebody who has like a BBC who desperately wants kids. That's not what he's saying, right? Oh, baby fever. Baby fever. Okay. Gee, I'm like, how do these things connect? What the fuck? Okay, Jesus.
I'm not necessarily someone who has like baby fever or desperately wants kids.
Baby fever. That's what he's saying. I'm not somebody who necessarily has baby fever. Baby fever. That's what he's saying. Okay, Jesus.
Duh.
If a situation arises, I'm going to take responsibility regardless. Whether it's paying child support, whether it's co-parenting, whatever. I didn't want to co-parent with her specifically, to be honest, because one, she's crazy as
fucking
fuck. But secondly, it was because she lived so fucking far. If she was in my city, I would have figured something out. But she lives very far away. I'm not going to fly 9 hours to see my kid like twice a year. Like, that's not reasonable to me. I don't want to have this. And she knew that going into it. That's what really fucked with me. So that's all it was. But this is not a big thing that should ever be online, in my personal opinion. But she put it out there because in her head, she's convinced she's the right party. That she's delusional. She really thinks that, and it's just like that conversation I showed you guys earlier. She'll be like, I was wrong, but Abba was much more wrong. That's all of her, and she's doing it again right now. I could say, say it's 50-50. I don't give a fuck. Say whoever, Abba's more, I don't mind. But it's a regular relationship bullshit. That's all it is.
I guess this live is going to be public for a while. This live is going to be,
I'll leave it public. I don't mind.
Leave it public.
Raw and uncut, no editing, nothing.
like you did her.
That's what I've been saying this whole hit. And I'm not gonna lie, the sex was fire. The dates were fire.
Of course,
I'm not gonna look back right now and pretend everything was bad.
Of course, crazy pussy is great. Fuck out of here.
God, ABG. You know what that is? Asian baby girl.
Hot take? No, it's not. It's not actually.
What's
I've
up?
never.
People who are crazy, I don't think
Oh,
typically
better
have
sex?
good sex. I don't think so.
Actually been in a relationship with an Asian girl before, but yeah, it wasn't bad. No Filipinos.
I shouldn't even smoke here. Well, sorry, my bad. Asian baby girl. My cigar.
All right, let's look at some of the questions.
Do you think he seems too concerned for what the internet thinks? I mean, the girl made a video, and these guys comment on a lot of social things, so he kind of has to respond, as unfortunate as that is. But
Some people had questions.
No, people went crazy with the questions. Thank you very much for everybody that did the donos.
So the members get their questions answered first because the members are the most important. But I'll get the rest of you guys later.
Get the members. Golden member. That's my penis. I'm sorry.
How do you feel about her reaching out to content creators to try to paint a narrative? That really rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, I'm not surprised, bro.
It's loser. It's loser thing. What happened?
No.
You good?
No, I'm.
he's asking because Preach is worried that she just texted Ebba.
I'm not. It's just disappointing. You care about somebody, you try to go things with a good foot forward, and to find out they're doing all this other stuff, it's like you're hurt, and you're gonna regret it later, and you're gonna realize how stupid you look. But it's just, and you're not ready to actually accept any of the parts. Like that was a big problem in our relationship, is that she just wouldn't accept her portions of it. So that's how I feel about that.
I fucked a part of this build up,
Good.
and I don't know where I did it.
It's over.
What else we got here?
We have a $50 Canadian.
Wait, hold on. Let me look through these. Sorry to Ab, I went through something serious, some situation that was similar in a relationship. For what it's worth, fate of the unleashed. Appreciate you, boss. Abba, you are accept the fact that she was never pregnant or the baby wasn't yours. Listen, I know that's a common thing, and everyone thinks people are getting baby trapped. Sometimes people make irresponsible decisions. I just got to own my part. No matter what my doctor told me, no matter what, that's on me.
I mean,
That's on me. No, that's on me.
No, it is.
Okay, so you just got to eat that.
Because
So,
your
I know
doctor told
people
you you
get
had
sick.
low sperm count. That doesn't mean that you can't conceive.
He told me like that, but it doesn't matter. That's on me. So you just got to own that part. I know the narrative is always they never had the baby and it's very convenient. Sometimes they did, and it's very complicated. Sometimes this shit just messy. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll find out later after the fact, but I'm not gonna paint her in the most like Jezebel lying light. So
Someone wrote, la demoiselle va pas bien. Yeah, logo, la demoiselle va pas bien.
some of you are showing me a lot.
Also, wait, how do you even know if somebody has low sperm count? Is that a thing where you have to like ejaculate into something and then they test it? Why was he even getting that test done? Like I feel like I would never get sperm check is routine. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't go to the hospital much, but probably testosterone related. Why? No. I feel like unless you were trying to have a kid and then you were having problems, like, oh, we could do like one of those sperm motility or sperm count check. Wait, they do that for my annual checkup? In your annual checkup, you masturbate and they check your sperm count?
Problem?
Love with the donations, I appreciate it, but I'm not gonna read those out, okay? But if people show me love, I see you. All right. Someone said go dance some salsa. I will. A lot of you clearly don't read or listen. She made the choice and now is trying to make her name for herself. I can only imagine the trauma that she would have caused had she kept it. She definitely likes to play the victim. Listen, I don't know, because I know she's keeping the Instagram, even though she told me she was going to delete it because she said it's just a stupid experiment that she wouldn't want to keep. She's kept the Instagram since, right?
Why would you know that? Why would you care? Uh-oh.
And maybe this is her.
Because he's gonna get back with her, man.
Dude, preach knows.
Look at him.
He's thinking, motherfucker, how do you even know she still has an Instagram account? Are you
Like,
checking?
huh?
What the fuck?
Trying to launch her career. I know she quit her job recently to go traveling, so it's very convenient that all this is happening at the same time. I'll say for myself, I hope she's happy. I hope she goes find her happy. I hope she heals whatever. I don't care. She out of my life, so I don't have this vendetta where I'm wishing. I'm just like, go away. That's what I think when I hear about her. Let's see here. Yeah, you can't donate 99 cents and get a red shirt. That's crazy.
Damn.
Someone said, it must have been very difficult with the back and forth. And though it is important to hear someone else's story, the fact that she went to other creators to talk about the situation is fuck. Yeah. I don't know. But to me, it's just so corny. I just couldn't imagine somebody doing something to me and I'm like, let me go sabotage
talk to their
this and
ops.
that. Like, I just don't get it. If I'm done with somebody, I'm moving on with my life. That's how you can tell that she has a vengeful nature. It's important for her to get revenge. And she'll yap to me about being Christian all the time and how she's going to Bible study.
Oh, yeah, that was a
and
Christian
I'm like,
way, right?
where's the forgiveness? Where's all that? So you don't have it. You actually are vengeful. You have some evil in you. So it's like, go ahead, girl. If you think this is the right choice,
She a
What is
Christian,
gonna say-
she a Christian girl?
Oh.
Hold on. You need Jesus. And a lot of it.
yep,
Go to church, bitch.
that's it. But like, yeah, I'll talk about the rest of it. What was the purpose of her making this public, contacting other creators? You might not like to hear this, but unless you were there in person, the clinic, the hospital, abortion results, then there's nothing actually confirmed. I wish I appreciate you for that comment. Velour Duck.
Velour Duck did a big
She contacted FNF like those two media illiterate queens were going to expose something.
You call them queens.
A lot of you are weird. No one cares about Myron. I'll take, or his take on this, just need him to run up the ABBA and preach back. I don't mind.
Get paid, niggas.
I'm sorry you have to go through this. In relationships, there are so many difficult situations, and it's painful. You didn't get the results you wanted, but I think you got the result that you needed. Guys, I'm not. You know when I say I'm not ashamed, like that's what I said before. When you guys try, all you can do afterwards is be like, I gave it everything.
Oh shit, the lead attorney is here.
What's up? He said, you're free. W with the 100. Shout out to Lead. Lead, I hope you are recovering. I know you're going through something in relation to cancer, and I do hope you are doing better.
Recovering? I thought he was
I think
dying.
I'm going to get cancer. I ain't going to lie to you.
You what?
Every time I heard that guy's story, I had to turn it off because I was like, my head, you know me, I've always said I felt like I was going to die young. So when I see these dudes around my age or content creators getting cancer and stuff like that, it's like a reminder every year to go get my butt checked.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Me, it's not, it's not if, it's when.
Yeah. Godzilla, God King. You know what's crazy? Myron gonna talk trash about this, but this is a baby situation. Mine couldn't even get Angie to smash. He's stupid.
Jesus.
I should pre-read this.
No, that was a good one. No, that was a good one. That was a good one. I'm sorry. Congratulations.
Someone said, read the comments in Stevie Knight's chat on his video. They're all roasting her. I'm like, I'm not gonna bother, man. Listen. Maybe I'm simping. Maybe this is the wrong thing. I don't wish anything bad on her. Like, I genuinely loved and cared for this person. I grew attached to the family members and everything involved with her. So I hope they don't have to deal with this. Because like this social media bullshit that they all gonna hear about that's embarrassing for her is gonna it's stupid. I don't want that for them because they got their problems. And she's told me a lot about it. So like, honestly, there's a lot more I could say. There's a lot more that's like vindicated, but I'm not, because I don't want the people around her. They don't deserve that. So I hope she stops being stupid about this.
I'm just gonna address something. Right?
See?
Abba, you a simp. You a simp. You a simp, Abba. Abba, you been simping.
Sure.
You know what?
I'm gay too.
No, that's me.
They say I'm gay, nigga.
Swerve, yes. But I mean, that shirt. Anyways,
Damn.
Abba, you a simp. You a simp. You a simp. You know what? I'd rather be called a simp because I try to do the best that I could to be a good person than being a bad person and realize I was bad. Sneeko. Yeah, Sneeko's catching strays as well. I don't care. Yeah. So you could call him a simp all you want. And maybe he fits the definition. Maybe a lot of things that he did was simpish. And I'll attest to that. That was crazy. There's a lot of things.
I will say, regardless of how dumb I think Abba was here, it's really weird to me that people will accuse you of simping for like a partner. I mean, like, this is my girlfriend. This is my wife. Of course I'm simping for her. What the fuck? I love this person. Yeah, I just feel like it's a really weird thing for like, oh yeah, he was simping for this girl hard. It's like the one he was dating. Like, aren't you kind of supposed to be? No.
Thing that you forgot yourself out of that. You were not yourself anymore, right? But at the end of the day, for what? Because you were trying to do the good thing.
Truth. ABBA has come off as insanely healthy in this. I guess, yeah. I would just say, my biggest criticism would be degenerate, hedonistic. Just like kind of, I guess, naive a little bit. But I don't think, I don't think anything from his side looked bad or crazy or anything. Assuming he was being genuine throughout the whole thing and he's not like a 20-dimensional manipulator guy or whatever. But I'm so curious what the other parts of that girl's videos are going to be about. But I always say this. When people are arguing something, especially when it's ex parte, when it's just their side of the story and you don't see the other side, when they're presenting their story and it already looks kind of weak, ooh, that's some bullshit. And I think her story, even like just on her side, it looked kind of weak. And it's like, what?
And if I gotta be a simp to try to do the good thing and try to do the better thing in order to have the well-being of a person, and then realize that person is batshit crazy, then I'd rather be that and just be a jackass. I don't know. That's me. And if you call me gay for that or being a simp for that, I'd rather be that.
This guy's gay. He simps for his wife, I guess.
I'd definitely rather be that. But once I catch on at you, suck your ass! And then you put this shit online, we could go on. We could go. About it.
All right.
You need to lift your dance thing?
Might need it soon. Yeah, I might
Because
need
dance
it.
is gay.
Dancing is gay. I'm gonna go do some gay shit with girls.
Yes, gay shit with girls.
I think I pretty much covered most of the stuff. I don't think I have much else to say. Let's see. Is there anything else at the bottom here? Let me just refresh this shit, and then if there's not, then we're gonna end this stuff. I didn't think it would take this long. I ain't gonna front you.
You never think it's gonna take this long. But this shit, a shit like that, the way you was talking and looking down, I was like, oh. At first, I left the place where I was at, and I was like, ooh, I'm not gonna make it. The way you was talking, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have plenty of time.
All right, guys. That's it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, cool. But that's all there is to it. So, peace.
Congratulations, sir.
I got my first one. Your boy, you take a break.
She was never pregnant. I stand by that to the day that I die.
stand by it.
She was
not
never pregnant. Abba got the most important life lesson ever. That was like a test run. You know, that was just the best possible thing that could have ever happened to him, I think. So it was good. It reminds me of, have you ever heard of a Dr. Show called House?
Duh.
Do you remember the episode where House pays a child actor to pretend to be Wilson's kid?
No, I don't. At least I'm honest.
Wait, is this a quote from like... Fuck. Is this from Metal Gear Solid or a video game? Someone in YouTube chat said, the pregnancy wasn't real, but Abba's experience, all the hope, the confusion, and the grief are just as real as a man's could be in this situation. He did the best you could expect from anyone. Is that a Metal Gear Solid 5?
Like a quote, yeah.